Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 137 of the NFL edition. I am your host, Alex Loosemore. The rest of the guys will be joining me shortly. We've got a pretty busy show planned for tonight. We're going to talk the draft. We got three teams we're discussing tonight. We'll go over what each person wants their team to do, what they think their team's actually going to do. And then we'll talk, do they think the team's going to trade? Just kind of throw random questions out there. I'm going to talk the Lions uniform reveal tonight. As you can see, my background is the new uniforms. We'll get everyone's opinions on that. And then, you know how the show goes. After that, we just kind of let it fly. Whatever happens. And we'll go from there. If you like what we're doing, share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and comment. Let us know what you think all these teams are going to do, what you want them to do, what your team's going to do, what you want them to do, all that kind of stuff. Your opinions on the jerseys, your opinions on what we say, whether you agree, disagree, however you feel about it, let us know. And let's get right into it. So I'm going to bring my co-host on first. He is the host of the Ben Zone, and I already said my co-host on here, Mr. Ben Cornett. How's it going, Ben?
It's going okay but the lighting on where my window's at. As you can see, the bright lights here in Vegas are definitely shining on myself and you as well, Alex. By the way, great to be back here on NFL edition. Long time no see.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. And everybody, I do apologize for that. I know, we've been busy, but hey, we're here. Let's have fun tonight. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, 100%. And 1 week away from the draft. This time next week, we'll probably be about 10, 15 picks in. Probably more than that even. We'll be probably closer to 15, 20 picks into the draft. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait. Going to bring in the first guest for tonight. You see fans of two different teams here. Said there was three. Going to bring in Mr. Nick Rosario, host of Let's Talk Football's The Roundtable. How you doing, Nick?
Doing very well, gentlemen. Great to see you both. It has been a little while, so thank you for having me back on NFL Edition. And in the words of Anthony Hendy, I'm just happy to be here. So there we go. I had to throw that in. There we go.
Always love that. I think it's been a little over a month since we've done this show, actually.
It's been like 5 years, yeah.
It honestly feels like
it's been a long time.
I was getting it started, and I was just kind of like, how do I do this again? And getting there and saying the intro and everything. I was like, damn, I'm rusty on this, but
just hit live. That's it. Just hit the live button and go from there.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. And going to bring in our final guest here, the host of North Sports Dynasty, Mr. Canadian Big Board himself, Andrew Faubert. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm very good, guys. It is Thursday. Yep.
Yes, it is.
I have an extended weekend. For some odd reason, I took this weekend off for Thursday and Friday, and now I got Saturday, Sunday off. So
nice.
And then I also have the draft off. So
nice.
Very nice. Yes.
I am good. I am ready to talk sports. I am ready to talk the draft, and hopefully Nick with the Bears will convince us why Caleb Williams will not be taken first overall. And why it should be someone else, and why the Lions
now, because I put a bunch of money on that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of messed up if the Bears were just like, you know what, guys, we've been thinking. They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
We'll take Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Really thinking about what it would honestly look like having Keenan Allen, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I know.
DJ Moore, with Tyler Bagent throwing to him.
I mean, it's it. Bajan's going to be the quarterback because Joe Alt's the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Wow. Joe Alt throws Then the Titans are sitting there at 7, like, well, now what the hell do we do?
Right. Yeah, well, they certainly would, because they'd be like, oh, no, we can't draft Joe Alt. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Whatever do we do? If we're getting into this, let's just, because this whole thing, and you guys follow this stuff. And I didn't mourn for a long period of time, but there was about 20 minutes, 30 minutes there where I'm like, all right, the Justin Fields era's over. The kid never really got a fair shake, but hey, good luck to him in Pittsburgh. We'll see what happens. But so from that day forward, I kind of resigned myself to Caleb Williams being the number one pick. I would say it's not that I hate it. I wanted to keep Fields. That was the only thing. Like some people equated that to that I hate Caleb Williams, and that's not the case. I just was a proponent of keeping Justin Fields with everything that we've done and everything that we have in the draft. I thought this would be an opportunity to really see if this kid can do anything. But I get why they're doing it. They're resetting the quarterback, money-wise and all that stuff. You'd have to pay Justin if you franchise tagged him, or if you, was it, I think, $15 million and then $25 million the next year, so fine.
Yeah.
You got rid of him. You got your number one pick. Now, there have been plenty of people who I've talked to in general here in Chicago that, everybody's pretty sold on Caleb Williams. That's going to be the pick. And I'm about 99.5% there myself that that's what's going to happen. There's still that 0.5% of me that kind of wants to see something happen just so that everybody else can be wrong and I can be right. I can be right in my thinking that Caleb Williams is not the answer per se, but hey, it looks like it's going away. But I read a thing, people do mock drafts. Everybody's done them. You guys have as well. And everybody's got their opinion on that stuff too about, can you imagine if the Bears did this, and this? And to me, it would, not that it would have to take an extraordinary thing, but I just don't see right now who's willing to give up that much for that number one spot in terms of where people are and who actually needs a quarterback. So I don't really feel like there's so much there that could happen. The only thing, and I saw something earlier and it's just kind of like, whatever. If a situation where maybe you trade a quarterback to the Bears for that pick and something additional to the Bears for getting the number one pick. And you look at the list of veteran quarterbacks in the league, you thought, well, who would look good with this Bears offense? Somebody threw out Trevor Lawrence. Jaguars can start over with, money-wise with a rookie quarterback. And then you throw in Zay Jones, obviously, there with Christian Kirk. Ridley's gone, but they got Gabe Davis. So I guess, it looks a little attractive for, again, Trevor Lawrence got hurt towards the end of last year, so you're like, what is he going to be like? But that's just a name I've heard thrown out there in these scenarios. Obviously,
insane.
Well, I think it would be, and that's the thing. Like, I don't see that happening. But again, everybody's got theories, or want to be a prognosticator, and then again, I don't know how I feel about that one either. But okay, it's out there. Imagine if they did do that, then I would really scream at Ryan Poles, because you should have just kept Justin Fields if you're going to do that.
Yeah, if you're going to trade the first overall pick,
right.
You should have just kept Fields.
For Trevor Lawrence, you might as well just kick Justin Fields. So anyways, I don't think that's going to happen. But again,
think of the money that Vegas would get for that kind of crap that would happen.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! Vegas would be able to buy another strip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All this money we just got.
Ben's house would get torn out so they could build there. Like, they just take over the whole city.
Yeah, they would
have to leave. Right.
Yeah. Here's $75,000 in a suitcase. Get out.
Right. Here you go. Take it easy, boss. Have a good night. Have a good life.
No, we're negotiating. I want more than that.
There you go. There it is.
You want my phone to sign some shit? Like, what do you need? Like,
exactly. But no, again, I can't. Right now, I don't see any other thing happening. It would have to take something miraculous in terms of somebody giving up like 3 first rounds and a second or something to get that pick. And I certainly don't see that happening with most teams. So, yeah, I don't. It's Caleb Williams, it looks like. So as far as I can tell, that's what it's going to be. And again, I'm going to root for the kid, obviously. This is my team. I hope he comes in here and does everything that everybody says he can do, and hope that we just beat the Lions and the Packers twice this year so that we get 4 wins at least. There you go. That's all I got to say about that.
You're going to have more than 4 wins.
I know.
I think one of them's coming from us.
I want all 4, though. I want to be greedy. I want to beat you guys and the Packers both times so we can just end this crap now. Just
You know what?
done
But
with
you're
it.
okay to losing to Minnesota twice? Is that what I
Sure,
hear?
because that's the kind of shit part of my life that would happen. You know what I mean? Like we'd have this great. We'd be like, let's just say we go 12-5, and 2 of the losses would be Minnesota because that's just the way crap happens. It's like stupid stuff like that. You're like, right? You beat all the teams you should, and then the teams you shouldn't. The team you should beat, you don't beat. I don't know. You know what?
Well, everyone loses 1 or 2 shitty games a year, and if that just happens to be the same team, then it is what it is, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that would be my thing. Like we'd be all hyped up on that, and then we go, "Oh, we lost twice to Minnesota." So there you go.
Yeah.
Nick, with all due respect, I wouldn't say Justin Fields didn't get a fair shake. I think he did in some ways, but I do agree they should have kept him for another year. I think realistically, when you have the kind of draft that you have, when you have that first pick 2 years in a row, just think about that. I mean, you could trade down. You have the 9th pick as well.
Yeah, I know.
You could have done with that. I just.
No, that's why I wanted to keep him.
Yeah, I think he did get a fair shake, but at the same time,
did he though? I mean, I get why people say that, and I understand because you're like, well, Justin did have some work to do, and I don't deny that. But he never got coached properly, man. He really didn't. Like I don't
part of it, no,
but I mean that's a big part of it though. He came in as a rookie, right? We signed Andy Dalton because that was going to be the thing, and he'll sit behind Andy Dalton, right? And Dalton will start. What happens? Dalton gets hurt. Fields has to go in. We have a crappy team. He gets his ass whipped that first year, right?
Right.
He did. He got his ass whipped. That's fine. You're a rookie. That happens. Second year, what happens? Team's still shitty, but this kid runs everybody out of the stadium every week, right? Leading rusher, all this stuff. Kid has skills, but he doesn't have a line to protect him, so he runs for his life. So that's the second year. So now you've had 2 years of that you've kind of wasted with this kid. Yeah, we know he can run. That's fine, but you haven't developed him. Now your third year comes. Here we are, right? No, year number 3. We're going to do it this year. This is going to be it, right? This is the third year. Justin should progress. Yes, I agree that he has some trouble with reading defense. But again, and I know people are going to throw stats at me and go, well, if you look at the analytics, like he had blah, blah, this to throw. Yeah, okay. But who was who was the only guy who really stepped up big for him this year? DJ Moore.
Well, I'd argue Cole Kmet as well.
Okay, but I'm saying my point is receiver-wise. All of a sudden, Darnell Mooney disappeared into space. Why?
Yep.
Because route running and play calling is extremely important with things like this. And if you watch film, and not that I'm imploring you to do that now because it's done, but if you go back and watch some of that stuff, guys were not getting open as quickly like everybody else. DJ Moore was great at route running.
I was watching some
but I'm saying like Mooney couldn't get himself open to save his life. Everybody else sputtered. So whenever Justin had the time, guess who he went to? DJ Moore. He had the best year of his career with Justin Fields. And yeah, so that's why I get your point, Ben, where you could say, well, this year what happened? Like he had the opportunity. We won 7 games, fine. But overall, I just feel like he didn't get as good of a shake. And because Chicago is notorious, as you guys know, for not developing quarterbacks.
Yep.
Also, I mean, and not Eberflus, but Funny Boy, who was our offensive coordinator, Getsy. Yep. My God, if he would have thrown another screen pass, I probably would have went to Soldier Field myself, run down to the field and choke the crap out of him. Because his play calling was horrendous.
Why didn't
you? I know I should have. Go ahead, guys. Yeah,
Ben knows this from last year too because we played you guys. And
yes,
he showed flashes here and there, obviously. Like he does have good abilities and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a few times, and it started happening towards the end of the game, like second, third quarter, you started seeing it kind of grow up. He had to. It's almost like Eberflus said, "Don't run, stay in the pocket, and just pass." And it was like, dude, you got to use your mobility at the times. Like, don't use it when it's being like you're showing the defense that you're going to run.
Well, exactly. That's the play calling. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Like, you tried to make this kid a pocket passer with the line that you had that wasn't that great, and he got killed back there. Like
he started doing good later on when everyone started developing. The O-line started playing better. Field started playing better.
Exactly.
But if you look at it as well, when the offensive line started playing well, they started kind of playing to the O-line strengths. When you've got a young or a weaker offensive line, especially in pass coverage. You don't just sit there in that base pocket and say, go. You roll the coverage to one side, you roll the quarterback out, you slide protect, you do all that kind of stuff to help the offensive line and help that quarterback.
RPOs would have been his best friend.
10,
seriously.
Yeah. And for about 10 weeks, they didn't do that.
I know.
When I say he didn't get I think he got a fair share. I'm not saying that, what I'm saying, it's not like he got yanked out of the game and stuff and he got replaced. He played enough games.
Sure.
You got 3 years.
Games.
I get it. I get why you say that. I do.
From that perspective, that's a fair shot to me. He got a fair opportunity. That's all.
Fine.
I do agree with everything else. He didn't have the greatest of coaching. He one more year wouldn't have killed the Bears to have him, just to see what you got. Yeah. And then if he doesn't do so well, this with more weapons, more protection, okay, then maybe you make a different decision at quarterback.
And here's the thing with that is if Fields struggles, the Bears arguably were probably going to suck this year without a good quarterback. Then you're up at the top of the draft. You trading that number 1 pick away this year, you're probably getting at least 1 first-round pick next year to go with your other first-round pick, and you build the rest of the roster around, then you've got 2 first-round picks to move up and get the quarterback of your choice next year. Yep. Like, to me, it was the no-brainer decision.
Yeah.
But again, I think the shiny penny here, Caleb Williams, everybody started to hype about, he's going to go 1, blah, 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 blah. The Bears had that pick. So all along, it's been the talk. Let's be honest about that. Even when Justin, when the season ended and Justin was still the quarterback, everybody started focusing their attention on that number 1 pick. And, Caleb Williams is going to go 1. It's going to go to the Bears. Like everybody said it at that point. And it's just continued throughout that whole thing. And then as soon as Justin was traded, that's when you knew, okay, looks like that's exactly where they're going. So, again, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to root for the young man. And, just hope that, again, everything holds up for him. He has, he's going to probably start as a rookie. So he's going to get trial by fire for sure. Yeah, I mean, it'll be trial by fire. So we'll see how he responds. And we'll see how he does. And, again, the defense is probably going to carry us a lot this year. The defense is much improved. Now with everybody at least getting another year under their belts in terms of our secondary is probably going to be our best thing on defense this year because those guys just go after the ball. The guys that we have, and like I said, everybody in place now. We need another edge rusher, obviously, to go with Montez Sweat. Hopefully with that. Well, hopefully. Again, like you guys were saying, if somebody decides to throw a monkey wrench and take somebody that nobody's expecting with one of their picks or trades down and does something crazy, which I like when that happens, to be very honest with you. That's why I'm hoping we see something like that. Because every mock draft, for the most part, from every expert, like all the ESPN people, right, and all the Fox Sports people.
I got a good one involving your team.
I'm just saying, but like they all you look at there and it's like, you guys all are kind of doing the same thing. You're not really expecting anything too the top 10 picks are mostly the same in most of those drafts, and they kind of go in mostly the same order.
Look what you guys did at 12 last year.
Yeah.
And then it got ridiculed. It got ridiculed. And now all of a sudden
apart for our first round.
Yeah, and now
you certainly did. And look who you ended up with.
Yeah.
Hey Nick,
that
dude can move real quick.
Yes, sir.
Is it just me, or do you think that maybe this is a question for all you guys? Did the emergence of CJ Stroud play kind of influence the decision for Ryan Poles to draft a rookie, thinking, okay, well, if CJ Stroud could do it, why can't this Caleb Williams guy come in and do the same?
I want to say, honestly, my answer is I think it did, because what is the knock on the Bears in the last 4 years? You moved up 1 spot to take Trubisky. You moved up 8 spots to grab Justin Fields. Are you really going to miss out on this can't miss prospect? And are you going to do? How can you got a number 1 pick for the 2nd year in a row, and you're going to, and here's my thing. This is totally like when people say, I've had this argument with people at work actually. Oh, we passed on CJ Stroud. We had a quarterback, you morons. Why the hell were we going to take CJ Stroud last year? Like, it's like, what are you? Do you watch football? Do you even know what the hell's going on? Like, why in the world? We were not in the market for CJ Stroud last year, okay? We had a
it was
quarterback.
clear you were trading the number 1 pick.
Yeah, like I think Stevie Wonder could have saw that we were trading the number 1 pick for. Like, come on, bro.
It's
What
no
the
different
hell?
than when the Bills and the Bucks traded and the Josh Allen draft. And
There you
the Bills traded up, and everyone no Buck fan at that time until he starts doing good was like, well, in hindsight, we should have. It's like, where were you saying that literally when it happened? Nobody did. You were all
And to be
enamored
fair,
with
Bills
Winston.
fans were furious when they drafted Josh Allen.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
It's
Some of them probably still are. So, you know, what are you going to do?
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
To answer your question, Ben, I really think it did. And you dig a little deeper into it. Where did they both play college ball? They both played Ohio State for the exact same offense, the exact same coach. Everything was the same. They both had first-round NFL wide receivers. They both they had NFL talent all around them.
Yes.
And they both balled out in college.
Yes.
But then you saw C.J. Stroud year one, almost day one, light the league up.
But that's more the exception than the rule. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think that's where you, and I agree, it's way more the exception than the actual rule.
I mean, who had the Texans on their bingo card for the playoffs, right?
There, right? Like,
yeah.
I actually took 2. Alex knows this. I took 2 wins off of the Texans as my final prediction. I gave them 5 instead of 7.
Yeah.
I was like 7 is just too high. I was like, I could see it because of Ryan Day. I like the hoorah kind of coach and stuff, and just the coaching staff there that was assembled. I knew that they were going to be good. I didn't think they were going to be that freaking.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be that good year 1. I thought like year 2, probably maybe. 3.
Yeah. That was a slow build. I thought everyone predicted slow build on that.
Nobody thought they were going to come out like playoffs. Playoffs?
Nope.
We're talking about playoffs.
Alec, he'd go number 2.
Yeah, he would be.
Serious question.
Okay. Yeah, the Commanders. I mean,
they would run to the podium.
They would run to Caleb Williams if they're like, the Bears didn't take him? You're kidding.
Kingsbury would run to the podium right there himself and announce it.
Kingsbury would grab the phone and be like, we're taking Caleb Williams, and slam the phone.
Sean Spencer would piss himself if that happened, so there you go. Right?
And then Davis would be on the phone with Kraft being like, what is it going to take to get to 3?
Yeah,
because all of a sudden now Jaden Daniels goes from 2 to 3, and the availability for Alec Pierce to take his like college kid that he loves and vice versa. Oh yeah, Raiders would be like, I'll give you anything essentially.
I really do think the Raiders are going to try and get up to get Daniels.
Oh
yeah.
Because I mean, if you look, it came out like a week or 2 ago. Mark Davis has given them full clearance to go for it. Go try and get the quarterback. If you've got a guy you want, go get him.
Well, and the other thing is Pelissero is known to go out and talk to some of these like media guys. And one of the guys that he talked to when he was on the Chargers was Colin Cowherd. And Colin Cowherd has been dropping a lot of Jim Harbaugh hints from the Chargers and a lot of Raiders hints, like vice versa. Almost as if it's like a competition between the two because they're in the same division, where it's like, we know how far you want to go, aka being the Chargers. Like, we know how far the Raiders want to go to get a quarterback, but just know that we have the 5th overall pick. So if it gets to us and there's still someone there that you want, you ain't getting them.
Unless you give up the farm. Give us everything.
Even then, I think that if the Chargers were sitting there at 5, they're like, "There's no way we're trading with you to give you a quarterback in our division. There's not a chance in hell."
100% on that one, right?
We would literally trade our pick to whatever other team out there in order to get that quarterback as far away possible away from you. I don't give a shit what you offer me at that point.
Agreed.
It's not happening, dude.
True, very true.
I play you twice a year. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm going to throw a question out here. Do all 4 major quarterbacks, that being Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy, are they all going in the top 5?
No.
Yeah.
No. Top 10 maybe. Not 5.
Top 10, yes, for sure. I would say top 10 for sure.
Top 10. No, not top 5. I don't think top 5.
I almost said 5 in the top 10, but I don't.
Maybe top 8, even maybe top 8. Not
top
Okay.
top
Oh,
8
well.
for sure. I'd even go
Yeah.
top 8. I go top 7.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I go top 7.
Yeah, I could see Tennessee or Atlanta trading out if they got the right offer if a quarterback sitting there. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the fourth quarterback makes it past 6.
I also
really? Okay.
I think if
agree
one of the
that-
quarterbacks is sitting there, the Giants are taking them.
I agree too.
Oh, okay. Giants, yeah. Giants give up on Danny Dimes
You
already
can
with
get
all
out
that
of
money,
Daniel-
huh?
Well,
Yeah, I know you can get out of it,
Daniel
but
Jones' contract
Yeah.
pretty easily after this year. That neck injury, that's a pretty serious thing.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
$40 to $45 million quarterback with a neck injury. I mean,
yeah.
the
Ain't
Colts
Peyton
had Peyton Manning who had a neck
Yeah.
injury, and they just went, "Yeah, okay, bye."
Yeah.
Like, so
That's funny. What is this, Jeopardy? What did they say? A neck injury, quarterback. What is Peyton Manning?
And take away from the injury, guys. Like, I know Daniel Jones looked good in 2022, but that was because of Saquon Barkley being healthy all year long, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
offensive line was healthy.
Dude,
So
that's
it's kind of a mirage,
Yeah.
And then
100% it was.
Mirage.
now going off that. Does anybody think that the success the Eagles had 2 years ago is going to come back in a different style because Saquon is added to that offense?
I don't know.
Ooh,
Well,
that's a tough one
here's-
for me, honestly.
I
about that one.
have little faith in the defense this year. I
Ah,
love
okay.
Vic Fangio being there. There's a lot of pieces I do not have faith in that Eagles defense. The linebackers being one, the secondary being another.
Do you not know who is out there to be their next linebacker star? And Jeremy Trottier Jr., bro. Like, they're gonna get him for sure.
I mean, we'll see about that, but
I think on the offensive side, Jason Kelsey retiring is huge.
yeah,
That was gonna be my
Cam
point,
Jurgens
too.
Take over the interior of that line.
Now you
That's,
got to
that's
get
a
a new center. Yeah,
tall task. Well, they're
and
going to
that's the
stick with Cam Jurgens. They're going to get a new guard. That's their
Yeah.
game plan.
Because
Yeah,
everybody
that'd take
out
time,
there
yeah.
who, because there's a lot of people out there who did mock drafts who were like, Jackson Powers Johnson is going to go to Philadelphia, be there, or not Amari Mims, the Georgia center there.
Cedric Van
something. What's the kid's name?
Van
Van
Pran.
Yeah, there, Van Prawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cedric Van Prawn.
in like
all
the
those
third
guys.
round, maybe, but
Yeah, but
or
the-
second, maybe. If they
But the
reach,
Oregon
but-
guy was probably going to go to Philly, and I'm like, no, Philly wouldn't do that. Baltimore did it because that was 2 years ago with Tyler Linderbaum,
Tyler Linderbaum, yeah.
and they needed, and he fell. And me and Alex even
Yeah.
said too, it's like it's the one thing that comes around. Sometimes you get a generational talent, but it's at a position that not many people are going to want or need necessarily. One being a center. That happened with Tyler Linderbaum. And this draft has, essentially Joe Alt, but it's not the Eric Fisher years or the Jake Matthew years of, taking tackles first and second overall here.
Yeah.
It's getting edge rushers and this, that, and everything else. So Joe Alt's probably going to fall, and Brock Bowers is going to probably go join the flipping Jets and be all the pretty boy. Me and Alex talked about this on our show. He's going to be the freaking pretty boy of New York there.
Or the Bears take him at 9.
I was just about to ask that. I was like, are you like, do the Bears seriously consider that? I mean, you've got.
How can you not, though? You put him as a slot receiver? Are you kidding me, Alex?
What
can you imagine that?
You've got a slot receiver. His name's Keenan Allen.
Yes, but Keenan, you can line up outside now, and you can think about it. Calhoun? I was going to call him Calhoun. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Waldron likes 2 tight end sets, even 3 tight end sets. So can you imagine in a 2 tight end set you put out there? You put Bowers on one side, Kmet on the other, Allen. And
that's why they got Gerald Everett though for the second tight end.
Yeah, I know, but come on. You're going to compare. Not that you're not like Brock Bowers or Gerald Everett. I'm sorry, Gerald. You're taking a back seat, son. What are we talking about a lot, though? What are we talking about a lot, though? About you take the best player available at that spot, right? I'm just saying, if he falls to 9, it's a question you got to ask yourself: do we take Brock Bowers? Like, how do you pass on a kid like that if he's sitting there at 9 when you have the 9th pick?
Okay, so
Go ahead, Andrew. Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say. So here's my question, because I'll throw a couple of names at you that say might be still available out there. Joe Alt or Brock Bauer?
Okay. See now again, I'm counting on Joe Alt not being there, so that is a different one, because if you can get that for the line, because darn well we need offensive line help like a mother, so that's different. Because between the two, yes,
your tackles are good.
So let's
they are, but you can again, you're taking the best player available, right? Like that's what they tell you to do in these situations, and I'm saying again, if you have
pass rusher though,
so Dallas Turner.
Let's say I hope
Jared Verse, one of the two.
Well, I would take Turner over Verse personally, but I get you right. Either one, fine.
Taking Dallas Turner though, that's why.
Right, and they very well could. Correct. So that's why I'm saying though. But that's all I mean. Setting up Joe Alt or Brock Bowers, you go. What do you do there? And I'm just saying,
Roma Duze or Brock Bowers.
Well, I see. Again, I would. I know. I'm with you. I feel you, and you're really killing me now, Andrew. I appreciate this. No, this is good stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is what this does. Because, Dunze is who I want at 9, actually. All things considered, if we get to 9 and everything goes the way it should, and Alt is gone, and everybody else is gone, how do you pass up a Dunze at 9? You know what? As much as I know you got Keenan Allen, who was probably here for, 2 years? He's 32. So by 34, you're like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So maybe he's here 2 years at most before you kind of the wheels, you're like, he's 34, he's a little older now. So, a Dunze coming in and being able to learn from that tree of DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, and that let's just say that gets me excited a little bit. But I mean, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. I didn't want to go what I was actually going to say. But anyways, I just feel like there's so much. This is the thing too with that 9 pick. There is so much that the Bears can do, because again, I still have this feeling, and we've been talking about this all the time. Somebody's going to do something that not necessarily dumb, but somebody's going to throw a monkey wrench into all this. For some reason, I just have this feeling that something's going to come up, and somebody's going to totally throw a wrench into all this, and 1 through 10 is just going to look a lot different than we think it is.
I'll throw you my monkey wrench trade that I had involving
the
Bears here at 9.
At 9? Yeah, at 9, go ahead. Yeah.
So the Bears send the 9th pick away to the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
For 28, 42, and a first next year.
Okay. I could see that. And you know what?
And the Bills get Roma Dunze.
I don't dislike that. Because
it's a long way to fall, though, from 9 to 28.
Sure, but again, but look at what you're getting. And you said another first-round pick next year. Is Buffalo going to be that great? That pick could be somewhere around 15, 16, which isn't bad. That's what I'm saying. But that pick then becomes 14, 15, 16, somewhere in that range. It's not bad for a team that should finish with at least 10 wins this year in the Bears. 10 or 11, I'm predicting. But my point is, I'm saying that would be a great, only for the positioning of what the pick could be for next year, like you said. In the second round, because again, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't mind picking up Cedric Von Pron. Yes, I know we got Ryan Bates, but if you can get a center that you can develop while Bates starts for us at center, hell yeah, dude. So that's what I'm saying. 28, I think Von Pron would be there.
I think you throw him in right away as the center.
Well, I'm just saying, though, you have options there if you want to do something. That's why you brought Bates over here, I'm assuming, to start at center, at least for now. That was the whole point of getting him, I believe. So I kind of like that one, Alex. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad. Again, not that they'll do that, but everybody thinks that the Bears might trade down, to get more picks, because right now I think we're only at 4.
Yeah,
the 2 first rounds, I think a third and a 6th, whatever it is, but we only have 4 picks right now because of everything that we've done. So. And Poles has always said he builds to the draft, right? He wants more picks, blah, blah, blah. So who knows? We very well could trade out of that 9 spot. It's a distinct possibility for sure.
Well, I will say with that trade back to 28, I had you getting Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver from Texas.
Wide receiver?
Big body outside wide receiver. So.
Well, that's Can I throw a monkey wrench into that planning?
There you go. Ben's got more. But wait, there's more.
The Giants at number 6 are going to draft Rome Odunze, wide receiver. So they might even just
See, and that's funny, Alex, because in the mock draft that I did when me and Alex were talking, I actually was the only person that has the Bears trading up to number 6 to the Giants because all the quarterbacks were gone.
no,
And
no.
the Giants
The Giants would take him before any trade would be thought of. Like,
I know because they want Rome really bad, but I think Chicago would call them and be like, "Listen, I'll give you both of my seconds. I'll give you a couple of late picks this year if you want, kind of thing, and I still give you 9. Just let me get up here to 6. Let me have my wide receiver with my quarterback, and you can still have your rebuild and make it a little bit faster for you for next year too. Here's some more ammunition for next year."
Yeah, there's too many possibilities at 9. Honestly, that's why I'm like. I don't really know what they're going to do with that because, like I said, there's so much you could do. And depending, again, how this falls in the first 5, I think, like you said, if 4 quarterbacks go, essentially, well, there won't be 4. 4 in the top 6, as you said. 4 and 5, I think, Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals, if he's there. The Chargers.
Or the Colts.
The Colts.
Apparently, the Colts are going to do something.
Oh, they're the ones who are going to throw a monkey wrench into all this? Is that what you're saying?
And I think they're going to trade. If they're going to trade with anyone, I think it's the Chargers at 5 because Arizona set their asking price, and there's really only one team that's going to answer the call on that, and that's Minnesota.
Minnesota,
they said 3 first-round picks to get 4.
Yeah,
Minnesota has 2 this year and 1 next year.
Yeah, there you go. There's your 3.
They just kind of said it like, "Hey, Minnesota, if you want it, it's yours. Otherwise, we'll take Marvin Harrison Jr."
That seems to be the talk though, like because when you talk about like the GMs or the owners saying like put shit out there, it's like why all of a sudden is it 3, right? It's not just because that seems to be the average, right? But it's like who is the only person out there that has 3 first-round picks technically?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I mean you could trade another year, but
yes. But that's also why, like when we had in the notes there, it was, the New England implies taking JJ at 3 after saying it's going to take 3 first-round picks to get to our pick if you want us to even consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's them being like, listen, we know what the Cardinals' asking price is for their pick. What about, if you want to get ahead of that, here's the asking price for what we have.
So let me ask you guys this then. In that what Andrew just said about McCarthy to New England at 3, does Drake May then possibly drop out of the top 10 if that happens?
No, I think the Vikings would still trade.
You think the Vikings would still take it? Oh, so you think they'll trade up to big? Okay.
I think the Giants would heavily consider Drake May.
Okay.
The Raiders, the Seahawks, the Broncos would all be trailing behind that conversation too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he just falls right outside the top 10, you know what I mean? Just right outside of the.
You don't think the Broncos?
No, I was going to say I think Sean Payton.
Broncos are 12, yeah.
Drake
Minnesota's
May.
11, yeah, exactly.
I think if he slipped to 5, I think if he slipped out of the top 3, I think Sean Payton's sitting there like, what do we got to do?
I think it's a distinct possibility if the New England does take JJ, then Drake is probably the odd man out because I got to assume once we take Caleb that Jaden Daniels goes to the Commanders.
Yeah. Well, I see in mine.
Or do you have? Who do you have?
I have Drake going to Washington.
Another Carolina boy in Washington? Is that what you're saying there, Mr. Loosemore? Is that what they're doing? Is that what's going to happen?
I think
you just got rid of one. You're going to bring in the other one? I don't know. How are you going to do that?
To me,
Same offensive system for the last few years. Just saying.
I'm not thinking college with that kind of thing. I'm just thinking.
I know.
To me, looking at the tape,
I
think Drake May fits this offense best. I don't think it's Jaden Daniels. I think Drake May is the perfect fit for Kingsbury offense.
But and again, that may be very true, but do you think because of, I don't want to say the curse, but like the last few Carolina quarterbacks to come out have not fared very well? I mean, situations being what they are, but I'm just saying.
Didn't play that bad.
No, but Trubisky,
CJ Stroud.
At the same time, Ohio State quarterbacks did not play well until CJ Stroud.
Well, again, agreed. I mean, that's been the knock. Well, that's the whole thing. That's been the knock on like Ohio State quarterbacks, right? That they come into the league and they're not good anymore, right? Like they're great in college.
CJ Stroud.
May I ask
he broke that, right?
About what he just said, though. Like, can I? Because you're all the college guys too, and I need to ask them right. flipping now. I forgot what show I'm on, and I'm sorry. I don't swear in honor of Mr. Johnny Dean. Johnny Dean does not like when we cuss or talk baseball.
That's true.
I was gonna say that cussing's fine. Yeah, he doesn't like baseball.
Damn it, Ben! Shut up.
Shut up, Cornet.
We say Ohio State quarterbacks don't go to, and I'm not saying that about like the NFL. Okay, who can actually say nowadays that they are an Ohio quarterback? So, like, for my question is this. Okay, we've had people go and and like the whole Joe Burrow. Is Joe Burrow an Ohio State quarterback or is he an LSU?
No, he's an LSU quarterback, right?
Okay, cool. So now what happens when some of these quarterbacks do really, really good for one team and then go play for another team? Who is their alma mater then? Because you're gonna have some of these quarterbacks and some of these. Is that what it is? That's all it is?
That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Because you left the other school, obviously, to go play at the other school. So, like,
yeah.
Right.
100%.
Do you even call them that, though? So that's where my thing is, too. Is like some of these guys, I get like the whole, like the Joe Burrow thing is like different, right? But like some of these guys also played at like a small school for like 3 or 4 years and then went to a big school. That's a little bit different. I think they can kind of represent both at that point. What the heck are we going to do with some of these guys who go to Texas and Florida?
I can end this with one simple question.
Okay.
When Joe Burrow got drafted, what college did they say he came from?
LSU.
There you go. When Justin Fields got drafted, what school did they say he came from?
Ohio State University.
But it's
Georgia didn't work well.
I'm just saying, what about some of these guys?
Got drafted, what school did he come from?
Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Texas Tech before that. When Kyler Murray, Oklahoma, but he was A&M before that. They don't.
But my thing is, what about happens when one of these guys does 4,500 yards at Texas A&M and then goes all of a sudden over to Tennessee and does 4,500 yards for them and then pops up to Oklahoma and does 4,500 yards for him, right? Because are these teams not all technically on even playing field? You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, I'll give you another scenario. When they do the Sunday Night Football intros, does Baker Mayfield say Baker Mayfield, Texas Tech, then Oklahoma?
Don't give me those intros as real. I got Jared Allen saying he goes to like homeschool.
5-10 years from now, when they do the Sunday night introductions, they're going to say this guy from NIL.
Yeah,
NIL. That's exactly
NIL.
Broke the NIL record deal.
Yes, I made my money in college. I don't need your pro paycheck. Take that, son.
You look at some of them; they're going to make more in college than they will in the NFL. But
I'm from the M. What money?
Are you talking about Arch Manning? Why would you bring him up? No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. What you mean? You mean what is going to be the guy who leads football from 2030 on into greatness?
There you go.
We're talking about the real life Alex Moran here, okay?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeehaw!
I heard all this talk about Arch going to be starting for Texas when Quinn Ewers is killing it over there, and I don't think Arch even sniffs the field next year.
He may not. No,
Ewers is the guy this year. There's no competition.
I heard that too. Yeah. So
yeah.
Last year's competition, Ewers won it. Ewers killed it.
Yeah.
My bold prediction right now: Ewers wins the Heisman this year.
Oh, there we go. Put that down, folks. Yeah. April 18th. What time is it? 9:31 Central Time. Alex Loosemore predicts Quinn Ewers wins the Heisman Trophy. Let's remember that.
All right,
right now I got Will Howard doing Heisman and Natty.
He sounds like he ain't winning the starting job even.
Oh wow, here we go.
Like it's going to the 18-year-old Julian saying.
Yeah, if he's not like the starting, then take that away. I still got Ohio State.
Take that away.
Yeah, well, that's not my bet then.
No, I don't. Yeah,
but no, I got Ohio State. What's that?
Did you guys forget about DJ at Florida State?
Ugualele or whatever.
The
guy who was supposed to be drafted 3 years ago.
He lost. If he had the weapons that Jordan Travis had this past year.
Oh my God!
Then I'd be like, let's write this up.
If DJ had Keon Coleman still, like if Keon Coleman got to just do
Trey
one,
Benson and oh my God,
screw that.
Screw that. Let's not talk about that.
No. Just like where did Quinshon Judkins go again?
Ohio State.
That he is at Ohio State
Him
and Travion
yeah.
Henderson. K, dude. Like you
But
can't,
here's the thing.
dude.
For the last however many years, Ohio State has been the off-season national champions. But when it comes time to play the big games, they crumble. So until I see them win another big game,
I agree.
I'm not believing the hype.
And Notre Dame does not count either. Okay,
that's also true.
It's Michigan and playoff games. That's what it is.
I am not an Ohio State like homer here. Everybody knows where that's my allegiance here. But unfortunately, we don't have anything to talk about here. We have to watch the inevitable ACC team have to come up and try to prove what they are here. So listen, I was one of the only people that was actually screaming put Florida State in the freaking playoffs here. Like, this is getting ridiculous. If I had to watch what TCU did in the national championship last year, it wouldn't hurt to see what Florida could actually do and pull a Rudy here.
But you know what's really sad about it? I felt like the committee actually got it right for once.
They 100% got it right.
I know.
But it was at our expense.
But it was at the Florida State expense, right? Exactly.
Yeah, that was the best playoff we've had in the 10-year run of it.
Yes,
it sucks that Florida State got screwed. And if Jordan Travis was healthy, they're in.
Well,
right. That's the thing. Yeah, I think
we were also down to North Alabama. Remember that? We were down 13-0 to North. Did we?
Now, how bad is that for Trey Benson and Kellen Coleman and Jared Burst and all that kind of stuff?
More than 18 or 17 points against Louisville.
Yeah,
that's what killed them.
That's
what killed them.
Had the backup gone in and they blew out Louisville, who was like a top 15 team at the time. They're in the playoff.
Then they're in the playoffs.
All Auburn had to do was stop them on 4th and 30.
All Auburn had to do.
All they had to do.
Michigan got to retire Nick Saban, so it's all good.
Exactly.
Alex Loosemore, you just don't even bring that up, all right? Don't bring that. We were cheated out of that game.
Look at you sitting on your high horse there.
We did not have songs like Michigan.
Come on. Alex has been grinning since that national championship game ended. He's never coming down from that high, pal. No. Never. And congratulations again, by the way. I don't blame him either.
Everybody, round of applause again.
Round of applause for Alex. There we go, Michigan. There we go.
I'm not calling any back-to-back bullshit. That ain't happening this year.
No, I didn't.
You're going to. If you finish 12th, I would hold a banner for you this year.
Oh, we're gonna be a top 10 team again.
Yeah, I can see
that. We're gonna have the best defense in the country.
Is Jenkins back?
Isn't this the year the playoff expands too?
Yeah, the playoff expands to 12.
So there you go. You'll finish top 12 and you'll get back in. There you go.
So of the, we'll say 25-ish guys that regularly rotated through that defense, we've got 18 of them coming back.
Okay.
We've got 3 top defensive transfers.
Okay.
This is going to be. I'll be leaning here and I'll say a top 5 defense again this year.
Okay. So it's your offense that's going to sputter a bit?
I don't think it's going to necessarily sputter either. I think we're 10-2.
Okay.
I think it's right where we're at.
I would give you top 15. And just looking at some of these teams right now and some of the quarterbacks that have moved. I mean, why do they have better? Well, okay. Michigan and Washington both are going to fall. Let's be real here. But not maybe. Okay, so
if you can name me 10 teams better than Michigan,
Texas, Georgia,
2,
Oregon. As much as it pains me to kill,
3. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't want Michigan in the Big Ten title game.
Florida State, Ohio State.
Florida State, I disagree with this year. Ohio State, we're on the same level. I think.
Penn State,
okay.
Until they
this bias bolt.
No. Because here's the thing. I was their roster's been better than us the last 3 years, but we still whoop their ass. That's the
what
thing.
about Penn State?
Okay, so
Penn
here's
State
where
lost way too much this year.
Lost way too much. Okay.
They lost their top receiving weapon to the transfer portal. Their top 2 or 3 offensive linemen.
What about
their
Missouri?
Top 2 pass rushers. Their top 2 corners. Missouri's one I really like. I have them better than Michigan this year.
Okay.
So we're at what? 4, 5 Ole Miss. I agree.
Right.
Okay, wait, hold on. So we say Georgia, Oregon, Missouri, Ole Miss.
And
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Yes.
So 5.
So 5.
Yes.
Okay, Arizona is gonna take a step up for sure.
Arizona's right at the level with Michigan and Ohio State and all them. I agree.
Okay.
So
and as
I'm
much
not
as
counting them as better, but yeah.
no, because their quarterback there was that Kafta or whatever his
Fifita.
name is. Yeah.
Noah Fifita, yeah.
He's gonna be something.
Now we got to see them with the new coach.
Exactly.
Jed Fish is no longer there.
LSU, I don't.
All depends on quarterback play.
Oklahoma, Notre Dame.
No for either of them.
Sam Hartman not coming back for an 8th year.
Yes, Sam Hartman's not in his 10th year.
Yeah,
What about
Sam Hartman's in the draft. They got Riley Leonard from Duke.
Yeah.
What about Tennessee? What about Tennessee?
Sorry,
that's right.
Tennessee's another one right at that level as well.
Yeah, and Tennessee, I was
Michigan,
going to say,
Ohio State, Arizona, all them.
Clemson is going to be close.
I think they're in that 11 to 15 range. They're not. I don't think they're really in the discussion for top.
Because Carter's staying, isn't he? Carter's that didn't declare. Carter's staying, isn't he?
Carter.
Barrett Carter. Linebacker.
Yeah, he stayed.
Yeah, so yeah, he's gonna just bring his stuff. And Klubnik is
that
gonna
offense worries me, but
they do need to go. So okay, yeah, but I mean, there is also going to be sleeper teams that come in. Like NC State could sleep in there, Florida could sleep in there, Kansas could sleep in there.
Florida.
Like how I
Florida.
No.
One that you missed that I think is in the discussion for the top 10 is Utah.
Oh,
Okay.
Interesting. They're not ranked. They weren't ranked at the end of the season.
No, but Cam Rising was out the entire year, basically.
That's right. Well, where did Cam Ward go again?
Miami.
Yeah. That'll be good. And then where did we say Malaki Moore went? That was Boise, right? Or not? Malaki went to
Malachi Nelson.
Or Malachi Nelson. Sorry, yeah.
Boise State.
Yeah, Boise.
That's
State.
a sleeper top 15 team.
Yeah.
Boise State.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, I don't know, man. You might just be like 13th, but like, I mean, if you get in,
I
sure.
think we're 10. I think we're like 8 to 10.
We're having this conversation now because there's 12 teams, though. Just
right.
saying, if there was only four teams,
if there was a 4-team, Michigan's not in. Like I said, I don't have Michigan in the Big Ten title game.
Well, what if
Texas,
Georgia?
Best Big Ten team.
Wouldn't it be
Georgia,
funny,
Ohio?
like if, and this would break my heart again, if Florida State ended up 13th?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, damn it!
Well, see, here's the thing: is the top 5 spots are locked in for the top 5 teams. So it's the top 5 conferences. So it's the Power 4, Big
Power
10,
4.
ACC, Big 12, SEC,
Yeah.
and the best group of 5 team. That's 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Whatever order they come in. So someone like Notre Dame can never be ranked higher than 6th until they join a conference.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then
rude. Well, join a conference.
Yeah.
No.
They said no.
We have
Power 5 conference.
I'm sorry, we have movies made about us. Okay, so like I don't want to hear your and
that little.
We also have God. Thank you. We have God conference.
Wow, he's a Hobbit.
Did you seriously just say Rudy and didn't throw Goonies in first? You
right, the Hobbit.
Uneducated. Oh my! No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Or the boyfriend of season 2.
By the way, who the Red Wings?
Wow, here we go.
Playoffs.
Are you gonna name Sean Astin's whole biography now?
Oh, sorry, Ben. Just
Ben's gone.
Did he just? Did I hear?
Yeah, he just said it. Yeah.
You son. You want to know why we're not in the playoffs right now, Ben? Because Philadelphia had no fucking goalie.
Because wins apparently don't matter.
Yeah.
Wins apparently don't fucking matter. That's why we're not in the playoffs.
Apparently wins don't matter. Apparently when you lose 16 times in overtime, that means that, all of a sudden you're feared by people. Like,
yeah, what happened to wins are wins and losses are losses?
Listen, just because some of us hold on, just because he's over here now. Just because some of us $16 million. Thank you. Just because some of us $16 million over the fucking cap. Okay, I have a lacerated spleen. Oh no! When do the
Just
playoffs
because
start
we don't
again?
hide Mark Stone for 4 months.
Fucking
Kiss my ass.
Wow.
I understand it's not
Okay.
cheating. I'm aware it's not cheating,
Yes.
but I also am aware that
Still
Gary
bullshit.
Bettman probably was like, "Hey, owners of the Golden Knights, wink, fucking wink." By the way, people want to play there.
Seriousness, I was rooting for the Red Wings. I just want the
He was.
freaking Capitals.
I hate you.
out
Don't
of
you
the-
root for
out
us
of the
anymore.
play-
Don't you
I
root
hate
for
the
us anymore
Capitals,
with your
dude.
bullshit.
Who wants to see Ovechkin, old man Ovechkin, and Tom Wilson again? Come on.
I mean,
How did they sneak into
I
the-
love Ovechkin, but
You mean Tom Wilson and his $8 million cap hit that will inevitably be on the Golden Knights somehow next year? Like, let's just talk about that quick.
and they'll fucking stash him for 4 months too.
Yeah, until the playoffs, and they'll be like, oh, by the way, here's
No, it's not
230
stash
pounds
him.
of a fourth line.
He'll
Resting.
magically
He's
tear his
resting
ACL
and
the middle of
injured.
October,
There you
and
go.
he'll magically be healthy the beginning of April.
Oh, would you
do
look
the
at that?
same thing if the situation was in your favor?
No, he would. Maybe.
He said, "No, well, baby." Never mind.
But you know what? We weren't in that situation, so fuck it.
The only thing that Ken Holland ever did for us was actually no. What was that story? Was it? It was Shanahan. Was it Shanahan? Who made the story? No, it was about bringing Shanahan. Someone made it was the story where Holland came in and said we had the chance to bring in Shanahan or Chelios. It was one of the two. But like the core four had to take like $150,000 paycheck or pay cut so that they could afford him, kind of thing. And Lindstrom and Yzerman and everybody was like, done. Sure. Like if that means we're gonna have another run at this and stuff like that for someone like that, fuck yeah, like for sure. Like that's the only thing the Red Wings ever did to that extent. And to be fair, I don't hate what the Golden Knights are doing. I'm gonna find it funny if it ends up being Golden Knights and Oilers in the first round, and the Golden Knights do get past the Oilers, because I'll inevitably have to hear it from everybody.
And from Kyle too.
Listen, there's fans of the Oilers that it would suck for, like Kyle and Kim's mom and stuff like that. Like those fans, it would suffer. There's other fans of the Oilers though that fuck them. Straight up, they're on par with the Leaf fans, and I don't hate saying that anymore. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not a thing. It's a thing. You're just like the Leaf fans.
Let me ask you this: if the Oilers don't get far into the playoffs this year, is there a possibility that you may have to start looking for, McDavid and Draisaitl, Leon Draisaitl? Do you think you possibly, because
Well, Draisaitl's contract is up at the end of next season. McDavid's
the year after.
The year after. So I keep saying if Draisaitl doesn't get re-signed and like he does walk out the door and McDavid has to play one season without Draisaitl, unless you get the equivalent of another Draisaitl, McDavid.
I'm just saying you're not doing anything with them now as far as getting to the playoffs. They've not done much with both of those guys.
It's money. It's money in Edmonton.
They're
still going to pay.
Guys, right?
They don't want to lose
you
their
gave
hockey
Darnell
team again.
Nurse $9 million. It's shit like that. You give Jack Campbell $5 million. You get like.
So it's kind of like the
like
Maple
that.
Leafs situation, right? They're just throwing money at all these guys and no results, right?
They're throwing great player money to good players.
Like Toronto's probably going to lose to Boston again in the first round. They're not
okay. Here's the thing. I push back on that just a slight, only because I literally said at the beginning of the season that there's 3 names that are currently on the roster of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the only reason that they're on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now is because they have a chance, and more than likely they will have to go through Boston. It's Reeves, obviously. It's Domi, obviously, and it's Bertuzzi. Yeah. And those 3 dudes, if needed, and there's a couple other guys too that some Maple Leaf guys have told me, like if it really needs to get down to it, like McCabe or something like that will throw it around. And I'm like, but like Reeves will literally just walk up to Marchand and punch him right in the fucking face, and then Marchand's out of the game and Reeves is out of the game. So your 1 center and my 4 left is now gone. Oh well.
With their goalie situation, because their goalie situation hasn't been good at all.
And Swayman's really good.
Or Allmark. One of the 2 that go in. Yes. And who does Toronto have?
Yeah. Well, Toronto, their goalie situation hasn't always been great the last few years.
I
couldn't remember the last time they had a great goalie situation.
That's what I mean.
Felix Potvin, Vesa Toskala, Curtis Joseph, and Belfour.
I was gonna say, and we're talking like early 2000s.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You doing okay, Nick? By the way, I know the hockey talk is
That's okay. I'm sitting here watching Connor Bedard have a phenomenal year and seeing a couple of the other young kids get some time.
Yeah.
Like, I know my Hawks are going to be a couple of years from doing anything of any significance.
So they're going to be
and I actually
a lot of fun right away.
Yeah, I was actually at the game last Friday,
nice.
so I got to see some of that. So, like, we are where we are, and I'm hoping that, again, you got the superstar to build around now, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, in 2-3 years, I'm looking for good things. We'll see.
So
who have another high
playoffs first, the Bears or the Blackhawks?
I would say the Bears. I would say the Bears only because I hope they can make it this year. So I will say the Bears. Those are the Bears.
My other kind of surprise prediction here.
Yes.
I think both make the playoffs next year.
Oh, there! Like Alex Loosemore is full of them today, ladies and gentlemen. He's got predictions everywhere. Here we go. I love it.
The thing with Bedard is the same thing with McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews. All the that caliber of player.
Yeah.
Is you're gonna get players that want to go play in Chicago specifically because Bedard is there.
Well, that's the thing. That's the one thing we have in our favor. Right. Yeah, there you go. That's the one thing we have in our favor is we got Connor Bedard now. So like you said, it's more attractive now to come here going, oh, this kid's great. Look at him. Forget the broken jaw earlier in the year, he's fine.
The other side of that is besides Reichel and the other offensive guy that they got,
Kirilev, something. Yeah, that guy. Sorry, that's the guy. Yeah, Korchinski. Yeah.
You want to talk about being able to start a team with obviously a Connor McDavid, but you want to talk about starting a team with a Makar, respectively. Holy shit!
Well, and you have him and Seth Jones.
Yes. And people wanted to
very good defense.
They wanted to trade Seth Jones in that contract. I'm like, not anymore. You don't. Now you need him in that contract. You need that contract as a base, and because if you need to hit the cap floor and stuff, you need something like that, obviously.
Absolutely.
But holy shit, yeah. I listen. I don't like the Blackhawks. That's just because I'm a Red Wings fan.
No, it's fine. I get it. Right. I don't like the Red Wings because I'm a Hawks fan. So there you go.
Exactly. Yeah. But believe
me, I cried when Chelios went there. So believe me.
And I cried when Bedard went to you guys. I was like,
I'm sure you did. Yes, I'm sure you did. Yes.
Damn it.
There's out of the 4 teams in the NHL that I just like. I hate Boston and Pittsburgh way more than I'll ever dislike.
I hate Pittsburgh too, but for many different reasons. Yes.
Yes. I hate the
92 playoffs. Anyone?
Oh, fair.
Oh, yeah, fair.
That's right. Yeah.
How do you win 11 in a row and then you can't beat Pittsburgh one game? Come on, man. Come on.
I hate the Ducks. And you want to know why?
Yeah, I know who it was, Ben. Thanks. I watched it. Thank you, sir. I was there. I was watching. Come on.
We won the President's Trophy and had one of the greatest seasons of all time in the late 90s, early 2000s there, and we lose to the Ducks.
Ducks, yeah, mine Ducks.
Swept by the Ducks in the
You lost to a Disney franchise, movie franchise. Nice going.
Charlie Conway, one of the greatest Ducks of all time.
Yes, Charlie Conway, 99, baby. Charlie Conway. There it is.
And they made that trade for Adam Banks. That was
quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Listen. There's still in real life though the two Ducks in my opinion. But I know everyone throws the Timo Solani, the Getzlaf,
yes,
it's still Paul Correa and J.S. Giguere.
Oh, Correa for sure, absolutely, 100%.
And Giguere was so fun to watch with his freaking mask, just the glove and the mask that he would just throw on people.
Well, and how good he was for so long. Gibson's been unreal for them for a long time. Yes. They just kind of took that torch from Giguere, but holy fuck, Giguere was.
You know what I loved about the '90s hockey too is the Colorado-Detroit rivalry.
Okay,
that's how it
Avalanche,
my friend.
Avalanche.
That whole documentary on ESPN was really good.
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm gonna have to check that out. I guess.
It's on ESPN.
I missed that.
Some Red Wing reporter said that we should trade for some more beef and try to go get Lemieux and stuff like that. And he got torn apart, because it was it's Lemieux's son there. that plays,
Yeah.
I think, for Los Angeles or
Oh,
Philly or
okay.
something like that now. And it's like, yeah, no offense, but like so there's 31 other teams that you possibly have a chance of signing with. And
I
you
was
don't have
gonna
a chance.
say no Lemieux kid, no Domi kid, no.
Oh, me.
I mean,
No.
yes.
Neither.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't
I
do
guess
it.
yeah, the Probert.
Probert's
the
not
Pro-
here to kick his ass, so no.
That's true.
Oh, my
that's
God.
True.
Rest in
God,
peace, Bob Probert.
Could you imagine just randomly if like Probert's grandson there got drafted to like Toronto and then like we had one of the
don't.
Domies and shit? Oh my god.
You're about
That
to
would
be
be
in
fun.
timeout now, Andrew.
Yeah,
Don't
you're-
put that shit into the ether. No.
Nick, whatever happened to that Stan Mikita, man? He was
Yeah. Oh, that guy?
yeah,
The Hall of Famer, the guy who what? I don't know, second leading playoff scorer for. Yeah, no, there's too many accolades on Mr. Makita. As a matter of fact, here, you want to know what? This to show you, Ben, since you wanted to bring it up.
Oh, Ben.
Because you wanted to, it's fine. Like you started something here. Give me 1 second here. I got something for you. Because as I told you, I was at the United Center the other day, and Mr. Stanislav Stan Mikita, of course, played from 58 to 1980. So that alone, the guy played 22 years.
great.
Like,
But
how do you?
what happened to his donut shop?
You be quiet. No, shut up. Ed O'Neill ran it into the ground. That's what happened to his donut shop.
Is this 6-year hockey fan talking to us for? Like,
I don't know.
this?
Yeah,
I'm a
it's all good.
Golden Knights fan, dude.
Yeah, lifetime.
Yeah. He's a Golden Knights guy. He's got a franchise in Vegas now. He's the biggest fan ever, right? Come on.
Stanley Cups and shit. And this little asshole.
Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, come on. How many have you won now? 2?
He's got one. He's got.
No,
one.
they've
Let's
been
go. Is it the one?
One.
Yeah, 2.
Oh, they've been. That's right. They've been to 2. They won 1. Gotcha. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that for
Yeah, they couldn't get it done against Ovi.
Yeah, Ovi, are you kidding me? We all know what that was, right? It was the Holtby
Oh, yeah.
save. That
Who would
Holtby save.
You guys are a lot
that's
younger
the
than
same
I
club.
am.
Yeah.
But there was one thing I remember as a kid. I just want to bring because you guys are hockey guys. It was I think 85, 86 playoffs, and there was like a 4 overtime game I think between the Capitals and Canadians. It was like the game. Do you guys know about this?
There was
I
a very
remember-
long one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like-
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like the only reason that sticks out of my mind is because I'm watching with my father. For whatever reason, we were able to watch this game. I don't remember how or what the situation was, but we're literally watching this, and I'm going, "Is this hockey game ever going to effing end?" Because like it literally just went on forever. It's like 4 overtimes or something. It always stuck in my head. Because to me, hockey playoffs are actually very awesome to watch.
Yep.
Like I know I don't always catch regular season games, but I always tend to watch the hockey playoffs because I just feel like that's where you really see just
me
some
with
great
baseball,
hockey
too.
in general. Like that to me, I love hockey playoffs. I always have.
85, 86. That kind of reminded me of the Canadians Nordiques rivalry. Didn't they have that
Yep.
big brawl?
The Quebec, yes, I believe
That
that's.
was 88, 80.
Oh, was it a little later? A little later.
No,
Okay.
maybe that was sooner, but I know which one you're talking about too, because there was oh my god, the rivalries around there. That was the Philadelphia was still doing good, Boston was good, Montreal and Quebec.
Montreal.
Calgary and Edmonton were like rough back then too, because Calgary was doing good.
Oh, the
They
Flames were on fire in the late 80s, early 90s. Like Calgary was always in
the.
the.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. The Flames were on fire in the late 80s.
En fuego, my friend. En fuego. Yes.
They stole one off of the Oilers technically when the Oilers had a down season. Then they came in there and beat Montreal.
Montreal.
Oh, Montreal, yeah. 89, right?
89. I was gonna say
88 or 89.
I have all the mini mugs up here that usually.
Oh, hey, look, Andrew's got. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Mhm. We were talking NFL, ladies and gentlemen, but the hockey talk.
Yeah, the hockey talk took over, so I don't know.
I was
We
gonna
did say
I
whatever-
literally- I was checking the post on Facebook, and I see a bunch of comments from Sean that did not show up here.
I
So
honestly-
sorry, Sean.
I've
wow.
been seeing that too. Like I saw because like Shelby said hi fam and stuff. Your sister said she'll be a guest. I can walk down all 8 stairs. But she also told you to keep your shirt on. Rent doesn't go up. Oh, keep your shirt on and your rent doesn't go up. There you go. Haha, your rent's going up. Oh no! No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, welcome to the way it's living in Canada here, guys. You guess what? If this keeps going up, we're coming to you guys.
Yeah.
You guys can come to Canada for a bit. We're gonna go come down there.
We'll trade. We'll trade.
Yeah, literally. I'm not going to California though. I'm not paying those taxes, but I will I will take my clothes off in any state because I know how much money you guys throw at that. So I'm just like, you know what?
Oh, there you go.
Especially in Vegas.
Yeah. Go down to that. Oh dear.
I don't know. I might go to like British Columbia or Alberta. Those are one of the only side of Canada I really want to go. Anyway.
Actually, it's funny because I'm going to a concert in August. I'm going to, which Alex, you should come because Kyle's now coming with his wife and a couple other people.
What weekend is that?
So it's August 2nd and 3rd.
I'll be in Seattle.
Oh, we're
going to Seattle.
So
we'll be in Seattle for a week. We leave the 3rd.
Oh, I see.
3rd to the 10th.
What's the concert, Andrew? What are you going to see? What are you going to see?
So we go to Chasing Summers every year, and
so like a festival thing.
Yeah, like an EDM festival, and
it's
more for like Kim, obviously. And we even said, we're like, listen, we don't necessarily have the money ish this year because we were going to go to Thunder Bay, but which is my hometown. That's not going to happen now just because my parents are having a rough time and they're not going to be able to make it down. Just like the gas prices, like we got a big tax that happened in Canada, and it is actually like, not going to lie, it is getting a little crazy here. So we're all just kind of doing our thing. But Calgary's only 3 hours away. And we said we weren't going unless it was like a DJ that we wanted to see. And as soon as we saw Dead Mouse, we were like, fuck.
Okay, sure.
Gotcha. We haven't seen Dead Mouse yet, and we were like, okay, we're going. And now Kim likes a few of the other DJs that are on that list as well. Fake is a big one, obviously, too. Like, Turn Down for What would be cool to hear live.
Turn Down for What?
And Tachami is another one that's playing, and he's always had a really good set, and I've liked him for a while. So it's like, fine, let's do it.
There you go.
But I guess Alex will be in Seattle, so he can't come to that.
Yeah.
He's going to release the Kraken.
Get me a couple. I'll toss you a couple bucks. I need some Kraken stuff to be in this house. Obviously, like my favorite hat is literally this one, just because it fits so perfectly.
Yes, there you go.
The Kraken. Alex, you gonna throw a fish at the market? Like,
right? Can you do the fish market?
I'll do it. Fine, yeah.
Also, Alex, me and you need to get octopuses for next year's game.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck.
That's what started the rally back in Detroit on Monday.
I do not give a fuck. I've said this on a couple of podcasts, and I hope that people will clip it like eventually when they realize that like I'm serious. Like I don't care if I'm banned from Rogers. I'll go to concerts somewhere else. I'll go Calgary for all my concerts. I don't give a shit. I want to be known to put a fucking octopus on the ice. We needed 2 goals and 2 octopus hit that fucking ice the first of the 2 games at the end of the year. That was crazy. Yeah. We should be fucking playing the Rangers right now. Is stupid fucking.
So there's no good.
The Capitals can go get their ass kicked by the Rangers.
I actually don't. I actually want the Capitals to go far because then I could always have known that pathway could have been that easy for us as well.
See, I like the Rangers this year, so I want them to make a run here.
The Rangers.
I think Florida's gonna go back to the Stanley Cup final. I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, they're unreal.
Defense is really good.
And they have like 5 dudes that just want to hit people and they score. Like it's
and they have like 6 guys that would be first line guys for almost any team in the league. Yep. Like
but also like have you seen like the Golden Knights on paper? Like you could technically put Thomas Hertl on the 4th line if you fucking needed to.
Yeah.
I hate
you know, and it's funny, I hate the Sharks. But yet we got Hertl in the trade.
Baby Shark.
Okay, you hate them because they suck or what?
No. It's kind of our only rival. You know what I mean? We've only been in the league for 6 years or 7 years now.
Kim fucking hates. Okay, Kim hates the Sharks and she hates the Coyotes. So she's like, oh, poor Coyote going so awake. kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, you're savage. Like, well done. Which also, by the way, I don't think Chicago gets in next year. I do think Salt Lake gets in. I think Salt Lake is like, I'm calling them Salt Lake City or Utah, whatever. They're literally like one goalie and one defenseman from allowing those rookies to just be like what the Red Wings essentially are. Just like let those rookies play good. Like Cooley's coming up good. Jersey's played hella good for them. Michelli had a
need
great
a little more
season.
veteran leadership in the forward group, though.
Also true. Also true.
Let me ask you guys this,
them.
since you're the Red Wings fans. You don't make it next year to the play. Would that be considered a disappointment? Because I know this year the expectations weren't as high, but next year, do they rev up since you guys played well down the stretch?
I think so, but we got to see what happens this offseason.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of key guys that need contracts.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Sider
needs one. Raymond needs one. Kane needs one. Perron needs one.
Perron will probably will resign for sure.
I think all of them end up resigning. Personally,
I think so too. Kane is going to test though for sure. Like he's earned that right.
Raymond's great.
It doesn't really sound like he wants to test though. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
He's still going to, but
yeah,
I think he's set on Detroit if they'll have him back.
I agree.
It's kind of where
Detroit needs 2 more top 6 forwards at least.
Which I think some of these young guys developing can take those spots.
And also, like I'm just gonna throw it out there before anything. There's 2 dudes that I want on Detroit that if Detroit's gonna trade any like bundle to get like anything, I would go to Calgary and be like, give me Rasmus Anderson, please. Because I'll take the right D to be on the second line behind Moritz Seider.
Yeah.
And like just have that. And if Ottawa really is going to blow all this up, I would highly debate giving you our first.
I know where you're going, and I wholeheartedly agree.
And I would probably give you Casper, and you can fucking give me to Chuck, okay?
Yeah.
And then I will forever love what the Red Wings would be after that. You want to go push? Listen, it's fine to go push Dylan Larkin into the boards right now because ain't nobody going to come fucking push you. It would love it to Chuck.
How does Ottawa still have a team? in the NHL.
Alfredson?
Well, I think part of it is they're in the works on a new arena here.
Yeah.
So they're actually putting money into their franchise.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Winnipeg's getting questioned because their season ticket numbers are so low.
They can't take the Jets away from us again, though.
They're not going to because they're still getting enough money into it. Like the arena's still damn near packed most nights.
Yep.
It's just they don't have the season ticket holders because most people can't really afford the season tickets right now.
Exactly. That's also the reason why you're going to see a lot of lower bowl empty in the Oilers playoffs here because ain't nobody paying like $600 for tickets right now.
Yeah.
Wow, that surprises me. I mean, the Oilers being as good as they are. I mean,
well, we got that
financial
tax hike. Which
how much is a lower bowl standard ticket for a Golden Knight playoff game right now?
I haven't really looked lately.
I'll look it up.
Last year it was probably around for the first round. I believe it was around $700 to $800
for a base ticket.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then the further we went to, in the playoffs, to like the stand, then it went to like the 3,000s, 5,000s,
Damn, man. Okay.
I mean, you think about it with the NFL, 4 of the top 5 highest price ticket games were Raiders games last year.
Oh yeah,
we were the most expensive.
Yeah, because I found out that I can get Bucks season tickets for literally like a third, of the Oilers season tickets, and I was like, I might just do it one time to sell them to like if Ben goes down there or if Ray's down there or something like that, like just so I can sell it to those guys kind of thing at like a nice price and then get the little package that you get kind of thing for being a season ticket holder. They're like, oh, thank you. We don't have Brady this year, but thank you.
Oh, it's okay. We got Baker. We're baking with Baker, man.
I'm okay. I'm okay riding this. Like, let's just build the team. You know who I want though? I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Let's really like kind of transition it back to football. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I also want to say before I forget, because earlier I was looking at this jersey right here, the black one.
Yeah.
For your Lions. I like these jerseys. They basically, in my opinion, look the same, just a little bit sharper. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
100%.
Now, if that jersey had the black helmet with the blue stripe, like the blue where the black was and stuff.
Yeah, you switch the black and the blue. Yeah.
I think that would look a lot more better. Just a lot better.
Yeah.
That
Only
here's-
is why did you put the lion on it on the front?
Lion.
Take the lion, the word lion's off. I like just with the numbers.
Agreed.
You know what you are. We already know what you are. You got the lion logo on the back. You know.
As far as the helmet goes, the NFL just passed a rule, or they're about to pass a rule, that starting next year you're allowed a third helmet design. I
Really?
think that's where the black helmet comes into play next year.
There you go.
That's probably where the Buccaneers get that silver one too that everybody's.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Now
But I heard we don't know if we're gonna have a throwback game this year, Andrew.
I
I didn't hear anything about that.
With the
yet.
creamsicle uniforms.
We gotta do that
I-
once a year.
well we had it, and it was the tail end of Brady's like
Yeah.
bad year there. And I was like, no, I want these jerseys to look good and win. I don't want them to remember the bad like,
Regardless, just once a year. Just do the creamsicle once a year.
I want home and away. Like that would be personally. Like that would just be me. I like the home jerseys of it, but I also like the away creamsicles a little bit better because I love the Buccaneers white jerseys. Always have, always will. Except for obviously the alarm clock jerseys. I fucking hate those. They're atrocious. We never should have had them.
They're disgusting. Yes.
Anytime you see highlights, like something good happened with the Buccaneers and stuff like that, and you see those jerseys on, you're just like, why?
Yeah.
But I want Byron Murphy, the Texas defensive line for the Buccaneers.
You're gonna have to trade up a decent way.
I do think he's not going past, like, if he falls to like 16, 17, like if the Buccaneers ever want to make a big trade, please.
I have
Give
the
me
Rams,
Vea in him.
I have the Rams getting Murphy at 19.
That would be smart.
I personally, I think he either goes there. That's what I have in my mock draft here, or I think Dallas might try and trade up to get him. I think Dallas could try and trade up with Cincinnati at 18.
I got
And
the
take
Bucks
Byron Murphy.
picking Chop Robinson at defensive end.
Chop
I think that's
Robinson.
a phenomenal pick. I really think that's a phenomenal pick.
Chop, chop, chop.
I just want to see him come out of the tunnel for each game. You know, like karate. You know,
Wow. All righty then. All right.
Peyton Willis.
With
personally.
chops, yeah.
Sure. Just have everybody with Kung Fu
I
Fighting
think if
playing
it
as he
goes to the
comes out of the
second round,
tunnel. That'd be pretty.
I don't, because here's the thing: the Buccaneers like traditionally don't like to trade really up in the second round. They kind of like to either trade back or
That's
up in
the
the
thing. I
first
don't
round and the
think you'll
third.
have to trade up really.
I think there's going to be a run in the early second on those linebackers just because of what they would actually bring to some of these defenses now. Like Trottier.
Trottier.
Yeah, he'd be really good for the Eagles, obviously, because of his dad and stuff like that. But Peyton is better than him, respectively.
Peyton
And
Wilson's the best linebacker in this draft.
yes, and the other guy too, Egnar Cooper or whatever is the other one there from Texas
Edgerrin
A&M.
Cooper, yeah.
Edgerrin Cooper. He's very, very good too. But and he also
Sneaky
has
good, yeah.
like a possible edge rush ability
Yeah.
too, like an unpolished edge rush ability. So like those guys are the ones that I'm like, I know it. Like I want the center. I would love to have Brian Thomas Jr. too, or from LSU there. I'd like to have Byron Murphy as well. But like if we're getting like real nitty gritty here, like we could trade out of the first and get like Braswell, the edge rusher from Alabama, in the early second, and then stockpile our late second and a third and get up there for Peyton Willis. And then all of a sudden you want to talk about the Buccaneers defense being fucking scary. Then we're talking.
Well, here's my question for.
Oh, good, Alex.
My question, just to kind of, don't think that run on the linebackers happens early in the second round. And this question, we'll kind of see everyone's viewpoint on it. How many quarterbacks do you guys have going in the first round? Because I have five. So I think
I would say the 5. I mean, I think I'm 5. I was a 5 too.
Who's your fifth?
But my question is, I guess, to throw this out there to you boys. Right. No. I was just going to say, as far as the 5th. Right. See, as far as the 5th one, it's got to be Penix, right?
No.
I got one to go in the first round somewhere.
I got 6. On my draft, I got 6.
You have Knicks 2 going, or who do you have?
In the mock draft I did last week, I had Penix going 31. I had Vegas trading back into the first round with San
to
Fran
get him. Okay.
There.
Okay.
I think Penix is day 2.
I have a shot.
Is it okay? Oh, wait.
I know where you're going.
Is it the Tennessee quarterback?
No. Bo Nix. I got him going to the Broncos in the first round.
At 12? What is that? 11? What is it? 12?
Stay there.
They're going to trade with somebody saying.
See, I did Bo Nix to the Saints at 14, so I'm not.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. There you go. You guys on the Bo Nix train, Oregon. Yeah.
Well, I got the Raiders getting Michael Penix.
I
can see that.
I really think it is.
Yeah.
But I think Vegas is going to trade to 33 and take Penix right off the bat on day 2. Carolina needs picks. They've got like 4.
Okay.
Vegas can then jump up and get their quarterback without having to trade the extra bit to get into the first round.
And if they don't get Penix, I do think it's probably Rattler.
Spencer.
Yeah. I think Rattler's a great fit for the Raiders as well.
Yeah.
Spencer.
Joe Milton to me is a day 3 quarterback.
Okay. Tennessee, yeah.
He's a guy that he started at Michigan, so I got to watch him pretty closely and then went to Tennessee.
Okay.
He's got all the physical gifts you could ever ask. He's Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I was literally
the physical tools are off the freaking charts. Rocket arm.
Okay. So then what is it that puts him back to the 3rd round then?
It's the intangibles. It's the reading the defenses. It's the accuracies, hit and miss. The consistency isn't always there. That's what to me is I have him as late as the 4th round and beyond. Like I think he's 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when he's under pressure, the one thing I saw on tape from him, he panicked. Yeah, and the ball flutters like when it comes out of his hand under pressure, and that is not good for the NFL.
Yeah, because he just relies on the arm talent at that point, and when he's leaning back, just launching it, it hangs in the air way too long.
Way too
long. Gotcha.
But if he goes something like, to me, if I'm Joe Milton, the dream scenario is in the 3rd or 4th round, I get to go sit behind Matthew Stafford for a couple years in LA, work with Sean McVay, learn that offense, and then McVay can teach him how to consistently read a defense and how to accurately throw a football consistently.
Well, you might as well, right? Stetson Bennett's probably done, right? No, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm like...
I was like, unfortunately, yeah.
Right, I'm saying I wasn't trying to be funny. I was being serious, actually. Like, Stetson Bennett is not going to,
Yeah. Hey,
that's kind of a wash. It looks like, so yeah.
From, Christopher Cole, who's, by the way, watching tonight. Thanks, Christopher. We're watching on YouTube. He says, hard no to Chop Robinson. The reason why I say Chop Robinson, Christopher Cole, with all due respect, by the way, he's a Bucs fan as well. Todd Bowles, what is he like on defense? Speed.
Yeah.
Robinson has very good speed off the count. That's what he wants.
He's got good pass rush moves. He's got a bunch.
Yeah. That's what Bowles wants.
Now the problem is with that though is a lot of, and it's weird because a lot of the things that people are saying about Chop Robinson this year are like on the downside of him is what people were saying about Lucas Van Ness last year. And Lucas Van Ness is actually doing pretty damn good for Green Bay. So that's where I'm like, I don't like if the other say 3 guys that every Bucs fan and the GM wants, it's gone. I have no problem trading down. And then if he's still there, sure.
I think if Chop Robinson's there for San Fran, they take him.
Oh, for
sure. But my thing with the Chop and Van Ness comparison, I don't think it's that good of a fit because, I mean, Van Ness was literally just a situational pass rusher for Iowa.
That is true.
Where Chop Robinson did still play quite a bit and
multi-flex
all over
on
the
that.
place. So
Yeah.
to me,
They're trying to find his best fit. That is true. Yeah.
And he's a guy that you don't like him to, but he can rush from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a potential for a drop back linebacker there too. To me, I think his best fit is a 3-4 edge rusher, similar to a Von Miller.
Which he does. He would fit in the Buccaneers very well.
Yeah.
I
think the Bucs are a phenomenal fit for Chop Robinson.
Yeah, because JTS is pretty much done. I mean, he hasn't lived up to his status,
you let them compete for that other starting spot, right? Like,
which is weird though, because the GM has said that he is one of the building pieces of the defensive side. There's Joe Tryon, Trianka, and Vita Vea and Levante David and Jamel Dean, and obviously Winfield. Like, those are the guys that are building blocks essentially on the line.
Can you say he's earned a second contract though, Andrew? JT?
Right now, at the premium rate, no. But does he deserve like a 2-year, $14 million contract kind of thing with like a little bit of incentive? Sure, he deserves that. I wouldn't hate that. He deserves he deserves more of an opportunity than Cameron freaking Hall or whatever the heck, or Logan Hall. That liability wants to roll up on any more freaking ankles in training camp. I'm going to smack him across the face myself.
No. And see, here's JTS to me reminds me a lot of what Leonard Floyd was as a young player coming into the NFL, where really just relied on that speed and wasn't much else as a pass rusher, eventually developed.
Yeah, when he left Chicago.
Yeah. I was like, but it took 4 or 5
years.
It
took forever. Trust me. I watched the Leonard Floyd years. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the same thing to me. I was like, you see the slow bits of development.
Yeah. I got you.
I think JTS is eventually the contract's going to run out.
Yep.
He's going to go somewhere else, and then he'll start playing really well.
Kind of all of a sudden he'll explode.
I'd rather Braswell, because Braswell is just overall, and in just my opinion, when you put his tape on too, like, I know Bucs fans wouldn't want to like blow a first round pick on him just because he's not the sexy name that everybody's been talking about.
Sexy.
But he would fit into the the Cansey situation too, where it's just like he's gonna kind of go under the radar, and then later on in the season when something needs to happen, like it will. Like Clay Cansey, I was one of the haters on him too, because I was like, why are we picking a guy that we didn't do really too much like work on, didn't do a top 30 visit? They did their work on him just a lot sneakier than we thought. So
some of those you don't do a top 30 visit because you've seen all you need to see. Then you use those on other guys, right? Like what I saw we're doing is a lot of those guys that we probably would have used top 30 visits on, like Chris Jenkins, Darius Robinson, the guy from Missouri, all those kind of guys. Instead, all these NFL teams can host a local pro day.
Yep.
So from the Detroit area, get to come in. Darius Robinson's one of those guys. He grew up in the Detroit area. Chris Jenkins, Mike Sainristil, a lot of these guys that they would have brought in, they can just have them for this, and they don't got to waste a top 30 visit on them.
Sangerstrill is going to be such a nice lie in that position.
I don't think we're going to get him because I think he's going to go earlier than we want to take him personally. I think we're going to go get a different corner, probably in the first round. And then a Sangerstill, I think he's an early third round guy. I think he's going to go in the second round, though. I'm seeing a lot of like late second for him. And Roman Wilson was another guy that I thought would be round 3, round 4, but because of the run on wide receivers that's bound to happen, I've been seeing a lot of late second for him too.
Sorry, I was talking to Kim.
That's okay. Hi, Kim.
They say hi, Kim. She's got her mouth full of, what are those, jalapeno poppers? Jalapeno poppers. Disgusting.
And a very good VGK fan as well, too.
What's that? Oh, Golden Knight.
Yeah.
She's a Golden Knight fan, too. We all know
A house divided.
Should be very
Not really.
proud.
I actually don't like. I don't hate the Golden Knights.
I know.
wouldn't just
I
put
actually
them
quite
with
like
what-
the Knights.
I actually quite like the team. But
I didn't mind when Fleury was there. That was kind of.
I love what
I
you've done with the
love
place.
I loved Fleury being there because he left Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And
And
I
your
just-
guys, David Perron was in a Golden Knight.
Kool-Aid would be a great
Oh,
pickup.
yeah, he
Oh,
was.
McKinstry,
David Perron.
Kool-Aid.
David Perron was also an Oiler. David Perron's been
And-
around the league.
I know.
Christopher, that's what I
Kool-Aid.
actually had in my mock draft last week was you guys getting Kool-Aid.
Oh, Kool-Aid.
He'd be good too. He'd be a good pick. I might be biased. I might be in the minority, but I like him over Terry and Arnold. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Terry and Arnold's great, but very good. But Kool-Aid's got a much bigger upside.
I think I actually disagree with that. I think Arnold has the better ceiling, but I think Kool-Aid right now has a much higher floor. Kool-Aid right now to me is a much better corner than Arnold, but I do think looking 5-ish years down the road, Arnold might pass him.
Mitchell's going to be the best, though.
They're both great.
I agree with that. Quinion Mitchell is
Mitchell's
my
good.
overall corner one.
I don't care where he goes. I'll be watching. Like, I'll literally be watching that team play on Sunday, like on some form, because he is one of my favorite players in this draft.
Brad Holmes, the Lions GM today, said it doesn't matter where we got to go, whether it's up or down. Like if we've got our guy, we're gonna go
Right.
get him.
There you go.
And
Well,
I
it
was
is
sitting
the
there, I was
Detroit
like, please Quinion
too.
Mitchell, please Quinion Mitchell, please Quinion Mitchell.
I got you guys getting Cooper DeJean actually.
That's what I would say. Yeah, imagine if it's Cooper DeJean. Like now, all of a sudden,
I
you want
would
to talk
love
about
that.
having
Yeah.
like everyone's like, oh, you need to get nickel corners in this league. It's just like, oh yeah, now Detroit. What
We've
was their
got our
weakness
stuff.
last year? Yeah, now you got two,
But
and
then
you
where
can
the
flex
hell-
them at
where-
safety
I was gonna
and use
say-
them at cornerback.
I was gonna say I would actually throw Deshaun out at the other outside corner because
Yeah.
I'm not moving Brian Branch from that fucking nickel.
Right. Yeah.
Christopher Cole, I see your question that just popped up, and it's probably Dallas.
Yeah, I think Turner is in this draft. Yeah, and then Verse
I
will be
would
behind
say
him, right?
Alice Turner as well, but I think Verse gets drafted before him. I have a weird
See,
feeling.
I've
He
I've
could.
got
He could.
Turner
But
as the 1A versus the 1B, like very close behind him. I do
Yeah.
think Turner gets drafted first though, but it's not like in my mock draft that I had. Turner went 8 to Atlanta, and I had Verse going 12 to Denver.
I had Verse
there you
going. I had Verse going to Atlanta. I don't know why. I just feel that's the pick it's going to be. Like,
I could see it. I really could.
Yeah.
Atlanta might just come out of nowhere and be like, we take X wide receiver here. We take Xavier Worthy with the 8th overall pick. And be like,
oh my
"Ooh,
God, you imagine that one?
Oh god.
I would throw the monkey wrench into everyone. That's what we're talking about, right?
And all of a
There's-
sudden,
Hey, I'll take Dallas Turner at 9 if Atlanta takes Verse at 8. What the hell?
Yeah, right. I mean, there's a few teams here. Like, I feel like Tennessee's pretty much got to go offensive line.
Yep.
I feel
Yes.
like
yeah, I got
That's
to
Deshaun.
me, Atlanta's pretty much got to go defense.
yep.
Yeah, I
There's
got the
there's a
Titans
few of
taking
these.
Toscano.
So do you guys agree with the Chargers taking Brock Bowers at 5?
No.
Mm,
I could see it.
but I
okay.
wouldn't agree with it.
But you wouldn't put
And-
Joe Alt, right? What do you think?
They're taking Joel, I think.
Yeah, as I
Yeah.
said, Joe Alt
In my mock draft, Joe Alt was already off the board.
at 5?
Yeah, he was gone.
Where'd you have him going?
3 to New England.
Really? Oh, interesting. Ooh, look at
They
you.
got
You're really
they
trying
got
to shake
Toby-
things up here, Alex, aren't you?
well, and see, let me explain.
No, go ahead. I want to hear this. Believe me, I want to hear what you have to say, sir. Speak
What
for
is-
yourself.
What has always been the right way to rebuild a team? You get the roster set, and then you drop
No,
the quarterback in at the end.
You're right. You build the line, and then you get. I get what you're saying. I get that. Sure. Sure.
I mean the roster in general, but yeah, if New England drops a quarterback onto that roster right now, they're gonna get killed. They currently do not have a left tackle on the roster. So to me, you go get the best left tackle in the draft. You solidify that blindside blocker. You run with Jacoby Brissett for a year. That's not a bad option, really.
No,
Brissett
it is. It isn't. It isn't. Considering you're rebuilding, like yes, Joe Kobe Brissett, they could do a lot worse for sure.
That's what you
Yes,
should do.
yes, they could.
I don't think,
yeah.
I think they
and-
get too fantasized into getting a quarterback.
See, and to me, everything I've been hearing is it's pretty much May or bust. That the McCarthy thing is a lot of hype.
Is it?
And
For New England? Okay.
I got him getting McCarthy. I don't think it's.
I really could see that.
Yeah.
I think, and I got a sneaky feeling Jaden Daniels is the fourth quarterback off the board.
Okay.
I
Could see it.
I got
There
a
is
feeling
there
that
is a path where that is possible.
Williams, May, McCarthy, then Daniels.
Okay.
I don't know. I just got a sneaky
I
feeling
got a
about
feeling.
New England not taking a quarterback here.
I want to see you
And-
put the money on it then.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm putting a jersey on it, remember?
Well, you're putting a
Oh,
jersey on the first round, that is for sure. And I got
Yeah.
notes over here that you can't see. So.
And I love that these jerseys came out now because I was like, but no, I got a sneaky feeling that they're gonna go
okay.
Joe Alt this year, and then they're gonna move up and get Quinn Ewers next year.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think they're gonna be the worst team in football next year. They'll be in the top 10 picks. You move up, you get Quinn Ewers,
Sure.
and there's your quarterback.
Okay.
If it's not
And then-
Carolina, the worst team, who is?
Long-term planning. Minnesota.
I think Carolina is the worst team.
Yeah, Carolina.
Hey, but if it's not
Again.
Carolina, who's the worst team?
Minnesota.
I'm gonna go a team that's possibly gonna tank this year. The Denver Broncos.
Oh, really? Okay.
They've got a quarterback in state they seem to really like in Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur.
Daddy's
Was that one of the approved teams Daddy said he could go to though?
Yep.
Daddy,
Was that
Why
one of
don't
them?
they gone to Colorado if he
Right.
can't
Well, I'm
play
just
in
saying.
Denver, right?
No, I'm just saying. Right. Daddy said that was okay because I want to make sure
Those are okay.
Daddy's good with that, right? Daddy's
Let
good
me
with
ask
that.
you this, Alex. Would a guy like Sean Payton go for something like if ownership told him to do something like that? Would he go for that? I just think he has too much pride to
Tank is tank. Yeah.
That's
Well,
not
see-
in Sean Payton's
Yeah.
DNA.
on that roster, though.
They may take. They may not have to take. They may unnecessarily just be bad.
I was gonna say, to me, it totally depends what they think of Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. because
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
they
true.
have the firepower to trade up to get JJ or Jake Daniels or Greg May, whichever one of them's last off the
That's why I
board.
see them getting Bo Nix, Alex. I can really see.
But
them.
that's what I just said. If they don't like Bo Nix,
Right.
they're
If you don't
not.
like him.
Sean Payton's not just gonna force his hand to take a quarterback. If he
Right.
doesn't like the quarterbacks this year that are available for them,
If we've
he'll
learned
wait
anything from
another
Sean
year.
Payton, that is very
But
exactly.
why would he want to? Okay, so you think he would rather like if he doesn't like what he sees at the court? You really think he would rather just tank and not? I
but
mean,
why waste a first round pick on a guy that you're not in love with, right?
And you got to think of it, Ben. It's new ownership. It's the Walmart ownership. So they'll just call it a rollback sale.
Yeah, it's their great value season, and then they get ready
Right,
for
great
next
value, right, great value season.
Well, but I mean, with today, with the inflation going on in this country, I kind of doubt they're going to do any rollback.
We got a special on bananas this week. Come and get them.
Once he-
They're gonna slip on one when they take the quarterback at 12.
Yeah.
My thought process with that was I really don't think they'd fire Sean Payton after this year.
Okay.
Pretty
Fair
much, no matter how bad they do, I don't think Sean Payton's losing his job.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that shocking if they roll into the season with Jarrett Stidham as their week one starter.
Jarrett
the way their
Stidham.
roster's set right now.
The greatness of
Well,
Jarrett Stidham.
The greatness of Jarrett Stidham, right?
And they throw all their chips on the table next year for we're going for the quarterback we like best.
Oh, okay, is
Yeah,
Quinn
I mean-
Ewers the best quarterback coming out next year, or is he like number one on the? Or,
In my opinion, he's number one.
I think
There's
he's
him.
You're number one.
he's great.
To me, it's him and Shedeur are kind of the
Sure.
1A, 1B right now. I mean, you've got so many other good guys. You've got Dylan Gabriel. You've got Cam Ward. Who are you? I don't think they're taking the training wheels off Drew Aller yet. That's why I didn't throw him up there. And I don't see the weapons for him this year other than the running backs.
That's all he needs, baby. That's
He's
all
going
he
to throw like
needs,
4,000
baby.
yards to the running backs.
Yeah, that's all he needs.
So, yeah, to me, I see it as a down year for Penn State a bit.
Yeah.
So I
Penny
don't
State.
see Aller being as high on the board. I think like mid to late first, kind of like where we're seeing Knicks and these guys this year.
Boo.
Connor
Wasn't there a
Weidman.
time when like
Connor
Bo
Weidman
Nix was
as
a
well.
top 10 guy, no
Weidman,
doubt?
His top weapons left though. That's my only thing. They transferred out the top two receivers.
Where did
Evan Stewart?
yeah.
Oregon. And the other top receiver left with him, if I'm not mistaken.
See ya.
Did Luther Burden stay at Missouri?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So like, to me, I think it's extremely realistic for Denver to go defense, load up the defense. You've got a pretty good offensive line here. You've got Cortland Sutton's a good receiver. You spent Marvin Mims is another decent young receiver.
Yeah, hopefully
Maybe
Marvin
spend
has
another
another good year. Yeah.
On receiver, and then you go get your quarterback next year.
But that's the thing, Alex. I mean, are they going to have? I know because they gave up a lot from Russell Wilson, which didn't work out. Are they going to have that draft capital in 2025?
All the draft capital from the Russ trade is done.
It is done. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was all the last year was the last year of it. It was two years heavily involved, and then they're done now.
What was the compensation for the Sean Payton trade though?
What's that?
Compensation.
So it was a first last year and a second this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For Sean Payton and the Russell and Sean, that's all done.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all
done as
now?
of this year. Yeah.
Well, then that kind of changes things a little bit because,
Yeah.
like I was going to say, I
And
thought maybe in 2025 they had the second round pick that they didn't have to make.
Right.
Another kind of fun thought I had with Denver is you potentially trade out of that pick this year.
I've heard that too. I've actually heard that somewhere. Yeah.
Try and get the other first for next year.
Right.
Then you go Shador. Then you also try and get Travis Hunter as well.
Travis Hunter, yeah. Pick the 1-2 at Colorado.
Or
Travis Hunter plays
there's a guy named Justin Fields that'll be a free agent after this year.
I don't think Pittsburgh's going to let him walk, but Justin Fields with Sean Payton would be a lot of fun. And then you could just use the draft picks on the rest of the roster, right? Like
there was
depends how quick he comes in when Russell Wilson gets hurt, so we'll have to see how that goes.
There was also a report
I
about the Broncos that if they were going to trade up, any package would have to include Javonte Williams to certain teams.
Okay.
Trading up with.
And I'm like, they'd be willing to do it.
What's that?
I think they'd be willing to do it.
1,000%. And if if it becomes an intriguing piece, if you are say like the Giants, or if you are say, Tennessee, or maybe not Tennessee anymore because they just got the other Pollard there, but to the Giants, to the Chargers, but they wouldn't trade into division, and to the Cardinals, like you would probably have to throw Javonte in there, and Javonte on the Cardinals.
I think he'd be interesting on the Panthers too.
I want to read a Christopher Cole's comment. I like this. Little twist.
Christopher is in there tonight,
and it'll be JJ to JJ.
I've come to the conclusion that this is happening. I've accepted the reality that this is probably happening.
What, 2 double J's going playing together?
Well, my Michigan quarterback is going to Minnesota, and
is going to Minnesota, right?
I've come to the reality that that's probably happening. I'd be happy for JJ to get to throw to Jefferson, but
question. Next year's draft is being like touted as a little bit more of like a weaker like draft class, respectively. Like
correct.
Like 12 top players, and then the rest are kind of all like prospects that you like really have to go into. Does that mean that the draft is going to be a little bit cheaper to go to because it's in Green Bay?
Is it really next year? Oh, that's right. Next free to go to, but
I might have to like go home for like a couple of days and then just drive down to Green Bay.
I might have to take that drive up to the frozen tundra, even though I don't like Green Bay much, and maybe that might be something.
The frozen tundra. Do you not live in Chicago,
dude? It gets really cold. It gets cold here, of course, but I'm telling you, those games in Green Bay in December are brutal.
Yeah,
brutal. No, we got it here. I mean, Chicago is what it is. I'm used to it, and
the Great Lakes.
Get anything off the lake. You're gonna right over here. You're gonna get it. You're right. You're just gonna get it.
Yep.
Minus 20 below. You walk out of the house, the wind hits you in the face. You walk right back inside and say, "Screw it." Yeah, I've done that. once or twice.
That's why they needed to put a team in
thanks.
Toronto so they can have the roof.
By the way,
retract.
I saw a fan at Wrigley Field. They have a beer thing now. You can jug a beer line or whatever it is. Is that true, Nick?
No, they've had that, sir. That's those guys in the bleachers, they do all kind of stuff. Yeah, there's so many shenanigans.
Plastic thing you can drink at.
Yeah, so many shenanigans that they try to invent there in the bleachers on any given day. Yeah, like they stack all the plastic cups together and make a long line. Like they do all kind of stuff. It's a different beast out there in the bleachers on any given night.
Kim, some of these pictures of like ballpark like creations, like hot dogs and like ice creams and stuff like that. I'm like, man, that's the reason I would be going to some of these ballparks.
100%.
Oh yeah,
the food at some of these places is phenomenal.
Miami had the Miami one. If I could find it again, Miami one had like your ticket was all this was together. It was $55. It was a ticket, and it was basically a good ticket. And it got you like a popcorn, a pop, an ice cream, a hot dog. What else was in there? There was a pizza slice, a pretzel, like basically all that included. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'd go see a Marlins game just for that. Like I could just go sit in there.
Sox Park is notorious for that stuff. They do like a family 4-pack. It's like $50 for the whole team. Everybody gets a hot dog, soda, the whole thing. Like you get that all the time. Yeah. But actually, Sox Park has much better food than Wrigley Field. Just to be honest with you.
I also just recently found out that there's over 20 different hot dog providers for the MLB.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Not at all. Come on. Sox Park is a Cuban sandwich.
No, I get
baseball park should have a Cuban sandwich.
How the hell do you guys have so many hot dog companies?
I don't know. That's a great question, Andrew.
That surprised me. I was like,
there's like Armour, Vienna Beef, Oscar Mayer, Vienna Beef, Armour. There's a ton.
Does Wrigley? They're Vienna Beef, right?
We are Vienna Beef. That is a Chicago. Yes, that is a Chicago staple, Mr. Ben. It'd probably be a travesty if we didn't serve Vienna Beef hot dogs. To be very honest with you, like what are you doing? Because I mean, what are we known for? The Chicago dog. You got to put everything. Like it's the whole thing. You got to.
Foreman still run that thing.
Who's that?
Abe Foreman.
Abe Foreman, the Sausage King of Chicago, absolutely. Abe Foreman.
Are they the best hot dogs in the MLB?
Well, you know what? That's the thing. I haven't been to any of the. I haven't really been to like a ton of stadiums. That's a dream. If I ever get that kind of money, I will tour all of them.
How many stadiums have you been to?
Okay, now a whole lot. Well, is that including old ones too? Because like I've been to the old County Stadium where the Brewers used to play, and I've been to. Well, it's Miller Park, and now it's American Family thing or whatever, Milwaukee. Yeah. I've obviously been to the old Detroit County, the old stadium there. Oh. I have not been to Comerica. I've been to the old Detroit Stadium.
Okay.
I've been to obviously both Cubs and White Sox. I traveled to when I was in New York. It sucked because my dream was shattered of seeing the White Sox play the Yankees in Yankee Stadium because I was there in '94 when the strike happened. I got there in August. The strike happened. They were playing on September 7th. I'll never forget this. I get there in August. The strike happens, and I can't go to September 7th to see the Sox play the Yankees at Old Yankee Stadium. But I did go to Shea back then in Flushing Meadows. I did go to Old Shea. Let's see. Where else have I been? Try to think. Minute Maid Park down in Houston. I was down there.
Oh.
That's
Minute Maid Park. Minute Maid is nice. It's a nice park. Where else? I'm trying to think. Like on my many travels out east.
Ben,
I've been about 7 or 8. I think it's 7 or 8 somewhere in total. Like of just
Ben, are you gonna get season tickets when the A's are there?
I'm gonna try to.
Are you gonna try? Yeah, you're gonna try to get them.
That stadium concept idea was like, holy.
I saw the renderings. I'm like, okay, that's pretty nice.
So are you going to become an A's fan instead of a Dodgers fan now? Is that what's going on?
There it is. Yes, A's fan. The Las Vegas A's.
You'd be like me with
a
hockey.
lifelong Vegas A's fan.
Vegas A's. Vegas A's.
I'm not even a Raiders fan.
Red Wings first and then Kraken second. He'd be like, no, it's Dodgers and then probably A's.
Right, and then the A's, right? Yeah, exactly.
But if they ever played in the World Series, he'd be like, fuck this city and their team. Let's go Dodgers.
Go the Dodgers.
We'll get to see Ohtani and Yamamoto for the next few because they're going to be there for 10 years. The Dodgers.
Yeah.
They play in the same division?
Well, no, but I mean the AL West.
No,
Okay,
but you play
okay.
everybody.
You know,
That's true.
because he got his interpreter to take the fall for him. Sure, Otani will be around for a while.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I mean,
Hey, man.
To be fair, how do you steal $13 million?
Yeah, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Guess what it is? It's a damn duck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the story is absurd in a lot of ways, and you're going right. How does the interpreter have that much say? Like you said, that many millions of dollars. You're gonna interpret, no problem. Just place these bets for me, would you, pal?
Otani, listen, I like the guy. But how do you not know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That too. How do you not know?
Yeah,
That's a lot of
Here's the
cash,
thing.
even for you, Mr. $700 million, whatever he got.
Some of those guys, some of those athletes, for especially respectively Shohei, and I'm not trying to fully defend him here or anything like that.
I get you though. I
These
get what you're
guys,
saying.
they don't touch that respectively because everything that they need,
Yeah, is given to them. Is given
they
to
can
them.
get. So like the food, the hotel, like all that kind of stuff. They don't need to necessarily dip into their own pockets to get all that kind of stuff.
And stuff like
And it's not like he moved like out of Los Angeles. He still kept his own house, and all the money that he is getting is kind of pushed down the road anyway.
Right,
yeah, he got a big back end deal, right? Exactly.
Yeah, he got the back. He's kind of getting the Bobby Bonilla type of deal. You know
oh my
what I mean?
God, that guy's still getting paid. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting the back on the back end. Now Otani's going to make more money off.
I say, didn't Bonilla's finally end? Like,
no, I think it's still going. It's a couple more years. It's a couple more years, like 1 or 2 more.
35 for the Mets.
But still, $1 million a year every July. You don't even have to do anything. It's like, I got $1 million. I get my check this July. Yay, $1 million. All right.
2035. That's right.
Yeah.
2035. Yeah.
Horribly.
10 years, he's going to get 10 million more.
You gotta love that. Nothing.
That's the ultimate retirement plan right there.
I mean, it has to be. How can you? I mean, can you really? I mean, you can blow through $1 million in like a day, but I'm saying you budget that right. You don't have to do a damn thing every day.
You gotta
especially you have an interpreter.
But that's the thing too. You gotta ask yourself like where you're at though too, right?
Yeah,
like if like Los Angeles, like around that area, I would also agree. You would probably after a while be like, why did I lose a 0 in my account? Like why did I go from like 8 zeros to 7? What's going on here?
Even if you're working with your accountant, if your accountant controls it, wouldn't you know something was off a little bit?
Well, that's what I'm. How do you not have any? It really. I mean, I get it. He's the biggest star in baseball, and as much as baseball is going to do what they can to protect that, I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
That's over a quarter of his salary from the Angels.
What if? I'm gonna throw this out there now because I just had an epiphany.
Okay.
What if this was known for actually a little bit longer than is being portrayed?
Sure.
And it got all the way to
Yes.
Robert Manfred. And that's the reason why he's not re-signing as the commissioner, because he knows
2029. It's only
2029.
Yeah.
He knows, and they know that he knows. So
and I know that you know that I know that you know.
Yeah. So he got like Yakuza, like calling them and stuff like that.
Yakuza,
Konnichiwa, Mr. Manfred.
Yeah, jeez.
I'll scratch yours.
You don't have to talk. Listen, we have a lot of money of Americans coming here to Japan here in the next 10, 15 years, okay? We don't need to be doing nothing here, Mr.
That's why I always thought, too, and you guys, I know not to bring up a basketball thing, but this is what always killed me about the Jordan retirement in 94. Like, I've always believed it was tied to illegal gambling. They told Michael, you got to go away for a little bit. And we let this cool down, pal. Then his father died, so that made it worse. And then you go, yeah, Michael, I think you should step away from the game for a little bit there, pal. And when this dies down, then we can let you come back.
1,000%.
Because all of a sudden, how do you retire literally in the prime of your career? You just won 3 titles. I think I'm going to retire. I think I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go play baseball. Like, come on, give me a break.
I wonder what it's like to be Giante Porter right now. You got to be the biggest dumbass.
What an idiot! What a fucking idiot!
Why would you react like that when you make a 3? Are you that fucking stupid? Like,
I just love the memes that started coming out. Like, I bet on myself and stuff like that. Like, it was just like, I was just like, oh, they're good. The internet always wins, baby. The internet always wins.
Well, it's like to bet so hard on the under for
I
yourself.
never saw that one.
That you're playing like decently enough to where you fake
he said, I bet on myself. Like,
Faking sick, you're like, nah, dude, I gotta sit. Like, I'm shitting my pants right now. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, yeah, there's a parlay that hits for over $1 million. Like, no, I'd flag that too. Like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, that looks fishy.
Yeah.
And now he's got a lifetime ban. So there you go.
Yep.
Yep.
No basketball.
He's done. No basketball
and he
for
made
you, sir.
like a quarter of what his NBA salary was.
Yep.
Well, that's the other thing too. Was it like you just wonder what these guys are thinking? Like, seriously, dude. No, I'm saying though, but like, you don't have anybody whispering to your ear, hey, this is kind of a bad idea, or like any like what the hell, man?
Well, somebody,
Porter's younger brother. Like, you couldn't like borrow some like Porter.
Or like somebody who sabotaged my parlay in the Super Bowl. Like somebody told Brock Purdy to take a knee there right at the end of the fourth quarter. He definitely take a shot, and that could have took. Yeah, fucking. I'll still never. Alex was there. I got so mad.
Did you really? Did you really? Yeah.
It was the It was the most beautiful parlay. It was Christian McCaffrey over 26.5 receiving yards or something like that. Like an easy one. And then it was one on the Chiefs. I can't remember who it was on the Chiefs. I think it was Richie Rice or whatever.
Okay.
And then the other one was Brock Purdy to have 13 rushing yards or over 12 and a half. 12 and a half.
Oh, that's right. And he kneels. He loses what, half a yard or a yard or something? It was
lose 1 yard when you knee.
1 yard.
So then he took a knee right at the end of the fourth quarter. So he ended up with 12 rushing yards.
Well, instead of I remember that. I do remember that because you're not the only. There was other people who had that bet too, and they just lost their mind. Like, we just lost because he takes a knee.
Take a chance. Just take a chance. Throw it, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, on the you said you had Rice on your parlay, right?
I think it was Rice
over 100 or something.
I can't remember. Well, no, because I
sped right by it.
Yeah, I had the parlay was good only up until the Brock. The only other ones I had was Kelsey to have over 20.5 yard reception. That one paid out. I had the Chiefs to cover the spread, which I put a lot of money on as well. And then I lost on the Gatorade because I took orange.
Oh, okay, orange.
And I think
what color was it? I don't remember.
It was
purple
because of Chiefs.
Purple. Oh, it was grape. Okay, it was grape.
Yeah. Grape. Yeah, grape. And then I had one on the halftime show, which I was mad because in Canada through the sports book that I usually did, I couldn't get Burn to be a song because it was plus 800 at one point for Burn to pop up as a song. And I was like, how is that not?
Jeez.
How is that not? I was like, where can I get this? And everyone was like, oh, it's on FanDuel. And I'm like, well, I can't fucking get FanDuel out here, so thank you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So okay. I couldn't get that bet. And as soon as I heard, and then thing, I started crying. I was like, I'm gonna make so much fucking money.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Right, Alex? We win some, we lose some. Some days we get 3-day squad rides that win. Some days we get 3 days in a row where we can't find shit.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta address this.
Oh.
You gotta look at the difference in
profits
the league has.
Why are they doing the WNBA hasn't turned a profit ever? Yeah. Like, come on, I get it. I understand you want equality and all that. I get that, but you have to legitimately look at this and understand the economics of this entire thing. That's what it comes to. Yeah. Oh, wow.
If you look at the money they made before expenses, the WNBA made $200 million. Mm-hmm. The NBA made $10.5 billion.
Exactly. It just draws so much more. They make so much more money. It's just, Well, and again, I get what you're saying. Is I get it. They should be paid more, sure. But the money's just not there.
Yeah, the whole athlete should be paid less.
Now that's a whole different.
Well, yes, the contracts are going to get a hand, but I mean,
to play basketball.
But let me tell you something right now, guys. Caitlin Clark is going to triple her salary just off endorsements.
She's going to make way more money, right? She's going to make way more money doing other things, exactly. Like she's going to make her money. She'll be fine,
including her own shoe and like
Nike. Yes, Nike's going
to. And believe me, she's already jacking up ticket prices for every Indiana Fever game. Like I looked here when they play the Chicago Sky. Yeah. They play at a smaller arena. They play at an arena called Wintrust Arena.
Okay.
15,000, right?
Yeah.
There's a petition going. There's a petition going to get this game moved to the United Center because it's Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Like, really, you're going to petition to get, because, again, you'll make more money because you'll sell a lot more tickets, which, again, she's an attraction right now, so I would probably do it if I were the WNBA. I think it's a smart move. Per se, but hey, what do I know?
And in July, are moving one of their games against the Fever from Michelob Ultra Arena to T-Mobile Arena on July.
Are they really? See, there you go. See, exactly. And that's probably, like I said, that's probably what we're going to do here. It's going to be at United Center instead of that little Wintrust Arena. Yeah, exactly. And it'll sell out because it's Caitlin Clark. Everybody wants to see her.
Looking at this right now, so Edmonton's actually getting a preseason game for the WNBA.
Really?
And it's the Seattle Storm. No, it's the Seattle Storm versus the Los Angeles Sparks.
Okay. Not bad. No, that's good.
No, it's not bad. So I'm looking at the prices right now. Like if I wanted to be courtside, like
yes.
Or even like like courtside. Sorry, my apologies. Yes. Like I want to sit like right there. $328.
Nice. That's not bad though.
That's not bad. That's not
bad. That's not bad.
To be right behind in like the 100 section, we're looking at about like 138, 140, and then if you go to the corner sections, you're looking at about $50 tickets. That's
okay. So I'm going to show you how because Sky tickets normally you can get one for $25-$30. That Indiana game, the cheapest ticket I've seen right now is in the 300s.
Yep.
All because of Caitlin Clark. Yeah. So I'm just like, there you go. And there it is.
You know what? This is good for the WNBA.
I'm not saying it isn't. I agree with that. It is good for them.
Kind of need
She's going to be a shot in the arm for them. She really is.
And Nick, we'll put it into wrestling terms. Like if you get a star, like a Rock or an Austin that gets big,
yeah,
through that attraction, you're going to fill the arenas. That's what
you're right.
Doing with this, and that's a good thing. The WNBA could really use that.
100%.
Drive the revenue up even more.
I mean, they started it here with Raw when they made a smaller stage to fit more people in at the Allstate Arena the night that I went. Yeah. All of a sudden, they went from like 14 something to like 15 and a half.
Yeah,
like 1,500 extra seats just because, again, the attraction. And then The Rock showed up, and everybody lost their mind because he wasn't scheduled to appear, like as it were.
Yeah. They teased it, but they didn't. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, he's not actually. But then all of a sudden, I saw him. The problem is,
champion. Yeah,
where I was sitting, you could see the break in between the one wall and the back wall. So I'm watching this guy. I'm like, who the hell is this big ass bald headed dude getting ready to come out? And I'm like, at first I thought it was Lashley. I'm like, no, it makes no sense for this segment. Like, then I go, oh shit, it's The Rock. And then as soon as 2 seconds later after I said that, you hear the music, and I go, son of a bitch, it is. Yeah, it's like, crazy.
Yeah.
Placement.
But I mean, you look at it, you've got Clark, you've got Angel Reese.
Now with Cardoso and Reese on the Sky, I'm like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, and then you have
how do you not love that?
You have all these young stars that you can finally build this league around. Where to me, this for the WNBA is kind of what your Clark Reese feud that you've kind of had built through college and now coming into the WNBA can almost be your Magic Bird kind of moment, right?
You literally had jumpstart. You had a competition. Between you had like Angel Reese was gonna fall to the LA Sparks essentially, and Chicago was like, nah, dude, like she's coming here.
Like, if we don't lead the league in rebounding this year, there's something wrong.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Cameron Brink.
If the Sky does not lead, but if the Sky does not lead the league in rebounding, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
because with Cardoso and Reese there's no way we should be out rebounded by anybody.
What's cool about Brink is that she's childhood friends with Stephen Curry. So he's gonna, that's gonna help as well. So
I think this could potentially be a turning point for the WNBA this year because I think they're really gonna. A lot of eyes are going to be attracted to the product finally. I think you're going to see a lot of stuff. You're going to see a lot of different things.
That's
Should
a
be good.
great thing. That's a great thing
Yeah.
for the
No,
WNBA.
I agreed. I think for the league it is.
Yeah.
It really is. I agree. All right, what other sport do we talk about? We've just about hit them all. No.
Should we talk about the MLS?
We've run the gamut tonight, boys. Hey, here you go. I'll give you one. Wrigley Field gets a soccer game for the women's soccer league. We get the Chicago Red Stars coming to Wrigley Field to play on June, whatever that Saturday is, June 8th or whatever.
Oh,
So now we got a soccer game now. Then we get the Winter Classic. And did you see what they did here? I'm sorry. This is my quick rant for this crap. Usually it's on New Year's Day, right? The Winter Classic.
Yeah.
These jacklegs put it on New Year's Eve at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What in the hell is wrong with you? 4 o'clock on New Year's Eve in that neighborhood where people, believe me, that neighborhood alone when it's New Year's Eve is, crazy as it is. Now you're going to add a damn hockey game with 40-something thousand people watching in the damn frigid-ass stadium. And now you're going to, I don't even want to work the game.
You're just mad.
I'm so disgusted.
Yeah. That's
know what I'm saying? I'm so disgusted because I'm like, wait a minute. Do you know what you're doing here, man? The traffic, the backlog of traffic you're going to have in that neighborhood that night is going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it is what it is. But yeah. Sorry, rant over. I'm done.
Well, my rant is if we lose to Covington City, my Manchester United team loses to
Oh, yeah.
City, I'm going to be really upset.
You're really upset.
Semifinals, they better not lose.
There you go.
City this weekend.
My rant is fuck the NHL. Wins apparently don't matter.
Yeah, there it is.
Agreed.
And agreed. It's seconded to put it on.
Doesn't it go by points?
Yeah.
In the NHL?
So you get rewarded
Yes,
for losing
it's
in
points.
extra time. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Points is the thing.
16 overtime losses gets you the equivalent of 8 wins, which is bullshit.
But
losing in overtime or shootout is not half a win. That is absolute bullshit.
But Andy, didn't the Red Wings go to overtime the last 2 games? Yeah, we fucking won them. Thank you.
Wins and losses are all that matters. It doesn't matter when you lose, you fucking lost.
It's been a while, okay? We just want to be there. That's all.
I know.
I get it.
That is weird. That
This should have been at the end of the 25-year streak. I don't care.
Yeah.
It should have been the news article should have been Crosby and Ovechkin out of the playoffs for the first time in
forever. In forever.
That's what it should have been. Patrick came back to the playoffs. Red Wings beat the Rangers in 4.
Lofty expectations there.
and then gets spanked by the Hurricanes inevitably in the second round 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like some gross finals like Dallas, Carolina. I'm saying it right now.
I think it could be Vancouver and Florida. Something.
I think that's very realistic.
What a fun one that would be! Like
Yeah.
two
In the
completely.
West, I think it could be. I really think it could be any 4 of Vancouver, Edmonton, Colorado, and Vegas. Like,
Give me Toronto, Edmonton for the finals.
Fuck
Already.
off,
Like,
no.
just give me.
no,
Let my country burn.
no,
Let it happen.
Andrew went into timeout. No.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't it be
Andrew got a timeout?
If it was Vancouver and Florida, that would be the longest
the Leafs,
travel.
no.
Wouldn't that be the longest
How travel?
Stanley Cup
Yeah.
final ever? Because Vancouver's very northwest, and
Yeah.
Miami Sunrise, Florida is like very, very.
I never thought.
You know what? You've sold me. Let's go. Let's do it.
There you go. Hey, speaking of Miami, I don't know. Again, back to basketball. I'm just throwing stuff out
Also
there
at
now.
7 tomorrow night.
Jimmy Butler is not going to play tomorrow.
Right. That's why
And if they make it, he's out like 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's got an MCL. So the Bulls can pull one off tomorrow without Jimmy Butler on the court. Is all I'm saying.
The Bulls are going to pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, no, we'll get swept by it. Fine, I don't care. But making the playoffs would make me happy. At least that we did something this year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to see us upset Boston in the first round, right? Who doesn't want that? Just saying.
Sacramento's beating Boston or New Orleans tomorrow night.
Sure. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you're probably right about that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Sacramento, Oklahoma City will be a very fun series to watch.
That's a fun first.
The over on every game.
Honestly
take the over for sure.
I don't know.
I love every matchup in the West playoffs. I love every single matchup.
I'm supposed to be all happy, like, my Thunder are back, but I'm like, for the last couple of years, hearing that the Sonics are coming back, I'm like,
But they're not back yet.
No, they're coming.
Not yet, but they're coming back though.
Yeah, but
apparently,
Yeah,
so they have,
The Thunder are
probably
still
in the next
here.
decade.
Yeah, but I don't
The
want to
Lick-
get my hopes up and like care about Chet Holmgren and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and all these
Right.
guys
The
and shit
Canadian,
like
damn
that.
it.
I know
Dude,
he's Canadian,
That
but
team
like,
is gonna be fucking good, man.
The
they got
Lakers
so
beat
many
the
first round
Supersonics.
picks
5
too. like,
You guys are in such good position right now.
Like
It's not even funny.
Extremely good position there he is.
Yeah.
He is.
I would give
Yeah,
the MVP to
As
Shea
a
this year.
Laker
I
fan,
would.
I'm jealous, man.
what's
Like,
that?
I'm a Laker
me-
fan. I'm jealous of the
Yes.
Thunder right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
were
you're
the right
about
way.
to you're about to draft LeBron's son, so take that.
Pretty much.
It'd be
Yeah.
Toronto.
So
Toronto would be
fucking-
like
so
Bronny.
So
Well, and see,
ridiculous, bro.
whoever
So
whoever
drafts
ridiculous.
Bronny is going to get LeBron.
Can I say this? Bryce is going to be better than Bronny.
Oh,
He's not
100%.
1,000%.
100%, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's a better athlete, better defensive player. He's not even grown yet. You got to see this dude play.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing in hockey because everybody knows the name McGinley.
Sure.
Jerome McGinley. So
Jerome.
Jerome McGinley's kids
Jerome-
are about
Jerome.
to get drafted in the next 3 or 4
And
years.
they're going to be better than him, yeah.
So,
This is
no,
next year,
so-
right?
So Tej is next year, and then Joe is is a year after that or 2 years after that. And like, holy shit, Tej is gonna be good and play almost probably like on par with his dad. Joe, on the other hand, he got a fucking rocket arm. And
Yeah.
he plays nasty. Oh
Yeah.
my god. And here's the funny part, if you imagine if Calgary is sitting there and they have like a different player like ranked, and all of a sudden like one of the Aginlas is like 6 or 7 players like below that person's rank, I'm pretty sure ownership would come in and be like, if I don't have that fucking name on my jersey by tomorrow, you're all fired. All of you.
Fired.
I
Fired.
don't give a shit. If we're literally drafting and there's an Aginla out there, you pick him.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
if
you do
Steve
it for
Eiserman never had a
He's
kid.
for Jerome. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, Iserman.
certain teams, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
Domi, like Domi going home, that makes sense. Shane Doan's kid
Yeah.
Oh,
being with Arizona and stuff like that. Like those are the stories I need.
Yeah.
Or Connor McDavid's kid can go to Toronto.
Yeah, fuck him. I don't care. Oh. Is anyone going to touch the Celtics in the East?
No.
no.
Agreed.
The Knicks, if they were completely healthy, might have had a shot, a very thin one. I don't think it's going to happen. So.
Indiana's going to upset Milwaukee in the first round. I guess
To me, it
That could
depends how
that-
long Giannis is out.
Yeah, I was going to say that could happen, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's a possibility, Ben.
They
Sure,
don't- They
absolutely.
don't play defense. Damian Lillard does not look like he wants to be there. He wants out of
Well,
Milwaukee.
It's still Giannis.
And then
like,
It
it's
is,
pronounced
but-
Milwaukee. No,
And that's like saying Philadelphia. Well, it's still Embiid, but did you see Embiid who can barely walk on the court?
Yeah.
The other,
I think
That's why I
Joel's
said,
best
like,
days are
it-
way behind him, and it's time to go.
well, Embiid rushed back because
Yeah.
they had the chance
Yeah.
to make playoffs. That's what it was.
Well, that's why. Yeah, exactly. No, it's
If-
true.
And I love
if
Maxey.
Giannis can get back like game 3, game 4, I think Milwaukee takes it in 7.
I don't know, but it's also Doc Rivers. He knows how to blow.
Yeah. He really does know how to blow stuff, doesn't he?
Whoa,
You know,
pause.
I'm just-
pause.
I'm sorry. Did I say something inappropriate? My bad.
Well, what time is it now? We're at 9:06. Oh, it's midnight Eastern time, so I guess it's.
yeah.
Yeah, it's after dark. It's after dark. Let's talk the NFL edition after dark.
Yes. But Boston, no. I mean, nobody's gonna. They're going to the finals.
They shouldn't touch them. The question is, can anybody get Denver in the West? Like, who's going to get Denver in the West if that, you know?
I think Denver's
That's-
gettable in the West. I really do.
No, I'm saying, who gets them, though? Like, who's going to get Denver in the
Dallas.
West?
Mavericks.
Who?
Mavericks.
Think so?
That's
You think so?
possible because their defense
Yeah.
is a lot better this
Yeah.
year. And
What's
Luka
that?
and Kyrie, that chemistry is working pretty good. You know, so there is a chance, but I just think they're just too much length on all 5 positions, and it's just that championship pedigree. And Michael Malone's a great coach, so I
Yes.
just
T Wolves were healthy, like fully. I would probably be throwing.
We are now. We're back to full health.
that's an interesting
Yeah.
series. The Suns and the T Wolves. That's going to be a fun
I-
series.
I don't like it. We haven't beat the Suns all season.
He's like, I don't like it. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Fuck the Suns.
I know, yeah. But I don't trust the Suns either, though. I mean,
I think
Yeah,
we can take it in 7. I like us to take it in 7.
okay. And then you would
Um,
play the Denver you'd be because you're the 3 seed. Denver's the 2
Yeah.
seed. So you would,
I do think
I
LA
think
can give them
your
trouble,
series
though.
goes to 7. Lakers give them all
Yep.
sorts of trouble.
yeah, and Denver's going to win that series, but you know,
I think
you're
it's a
just
coin
trying to
flip. I
preach it to
really do.
existence.
You look at it last year. You look at last year's series.
yeah,
Pretty much every game came down to like the final minute or the final shot, whatever it was. You had Jamal Murray playing the series of his life.
Yeah.
You had D'Angelo Russell playing like absolute dog shit.
which is
You had,
around.
but you had Bruce Brown last year, who played an insane amount of minutes and some very good basketball for them, is gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much replaced by 2 guys that aren't really doing anything. Like I think this series comes down to like the last minute of Game 7. I really think it does.
But Alex, we got this one guy who used to be a Laker that's been a Laker killer to us, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yep.
For some reason, he plays his best games against us. And I don't see anything changing this time around. It's like I agree with you. Lakers didn't make this a series, but I think it's 6 or 7, Denver.
I think I legitimately think every series in the West goes to 7 in the first round.
Wow, okay. Well,
Russell, I don't trust him. Yes, he played well against New Orleans, great. But his points come either from big leads that we have or we're in garbage time. It's never in big games where he always disappears.
So you really think the Lakers could take Denver to 7?
100% I do.
Okay, no.
I mean, yeah, you always got a chance. It's just Denver. It's just too good. They're gonna.
I legitimately think any team in the West can make the finals this year. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Okay. No, well, we're gonna find out.
Is wide open.
I guess I'd like to see it up. I'd like to see somebody upset Denver. That would be fun.
Even Phoenix, if Durant, Booker, and Beal get hot, absolutely.
I just want the offseason to happen because I want to see either Dallas or the New York Knicks that make the first offer to Milwaukee for Giannis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of those
anywhere.
Yes.
I think Lillard gets traded before Giannis.
No.
Yeah.
No. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to, in the next 2 years, package Giannis somewhere because Giannis ain't going to stay with the way that shit's going.
So is Giannis asking for a trade?
1,000%.
That's the only way he leaves Milwaukee.
Yes.
Where's Damian Lillard from? Oakland. Where does Golden State play? In the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area.
Not Oakland.
Not Oakland.
Think about it. Lillard to the Warriors.
Not Oaktown.
They were interested in him this past offseason.
Yeah,
I think Clay's out the door.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually think Clay's a Laker.
Did you see my in our little private
I
group
can
chat?
play it
I sent that picture saying, "Mom yelled at me." Or did you?
Oh yeah.
In the shower, I go and I yelled Clay Thompson, and my mom said, "Oh yeah."
She knew I was
Yeah. Oh yeah, whitewashed. I was like, oh, Ben, take it easy.
Yeah.
How do you put a donut up against the team? He had no points in that game.
Yeah.
He's getting paid what, 30, 40 million this year? Like
yeah, something like that. I think if he goes somewhere where he can literally just kind of play that what's that? Where he can essentially play that Kyle Korver type role.
Kyle Korver.
I think
good old Kyle Korver.
That's the kind
good
of
old Kyle.
point that Klay Thompson is at now, where you've either got to get him for the defensive side or the shooting. You're not going to get both.
Right. You know who I think is going to try and get him?
Yep. I think that's where he ends up. I really do.
Well, you know who his father is, right? Michael Thompson, former Laker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
and
sense.
LeBron's going to want the shooters around him outside. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
About your Bulls, I mean, Nick, I mean, no matter what happens, I mean, is the trajectory going to go up? I mean, I know you're going to have – is DeRozan a free agent at the end of the year? I think he's a free agent, isn't he?
You might be right about that one. I mean, yeah, it's tough because, again –
LeBron goes to the Bulls?
No. Yeah.
Whoever gets Bronny.
Yeah, no. You know what? I'm upset because I wanted to get rid of Zach Levine before all this crap happened. And then that happened. He got hurt, and it was like a hope. We gave him all this money, and then he's hurt. But I mean, the nucleus of the team is good. I mean, Kobe White is balling. Kobe White is balling out of his mind.
Game against the
He's
Hawks.
playing.
Oh no, 100. I mean, I almost cried when we gave up that 18-point lead after the half. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're up 18 points, all of a sudden you're up 3. I'm like, what the shit is this? They're on a 15-0 run to start the second half. I'm like, come on.
And
but no, yeah,
free agent.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
we
were talking about Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Like her effect and stuff.
Yeah.
So the WNBA's Washington Mystics are moving their June 7th game against the Indiana Fever to the NBA's Wizards Arena due to unprecedented demand.
Man, sure.
Well,
and she's gonna sell out. She's gonna sell out wherever she goes. That's just the fact of life. So
the interesting part with the WNBA too, the CBA, the Players Association, can opt out in November. There's going to be a new CBA done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially with some of the other girls that are coming in the next 2 years too.
What I'm saying, I think
this is 20 years of talent now, basically.
That's the whole thing. I think when you look at the talent pool coming out this year, yes, there's been great players who've come out every year to the WNBA, but I think just the recognition, the name, because of where these ladies played, and because of the recognition and how much those games were followed. You know, when you got your LSU, your South Carolina, your Caitlin Clark, and everybody knows who these ladies are. And so they're the attraction. Everybody's going to go and see them play because of what they've seen the last few years of these girls in college.
And the women's national title game outdrew the men's.
Yeah. Oh, well, 100%.
And the women's hockey is going to start doing some pretty good numbers here too if they keep hitting each other like the way they are.
I mean, you threw Purdue to Connecticut. Who wanted to watch that? Give a shit about Zach Edey. I know that's fine, Alex, but I'm just saying.
I gotta say, I actually really like Zach Edey. So
no, I know, I get it, but I'm saying when you're it's not just because of that, right? No, it's all right.
By the way, is Dan Hurley slowly becoming one of the best coaches in the history of college basketball?
Yes.
That dude knows how to recruit. My God.
Did you hear the story with him in the Kentucky thing?
No, I didn't get that part. What did he say?
His phone broke that weekend before the game and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't hear the Calipari news till after the game when he was asked that question about if he would go to Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And he was just kind of like, at first he's like, what are you talking about? And then found out the Calipari left. And then he's like, I thought about it for all of 10 seconds before. I was like, no, let's run it back.
Yeah. And you know what? Calipari, that thing just got tiring. They needed to go somewhere else.
Yeah, they both needed a reset.
Now, I think Mark Pope is a good hire for Kentucky from BYU. He played there at Kentucky in the mid-90s. People were complaining about that already. Like, dude, this is a good coach, dude.
Yeah.
Give him time. Mark Pope did some good things at BYU, turned that team around. They played well in the Big 12 in their first year.
Yeah.
Give him time.
In a loaded Big 12.
In a loaded Big 12. Give that dude time. He can recruit. They're going to come play there. I mean, he's a good coach.
Speaking of recruiting, I'm loving what Dusty May is doing for Michigan right now.
That was great. I told you, didn't I? I said they need to go up that guy. Oh, love it. Perfect hire. He is a good team. You got something good there. Yeah.
Money well spent. Kind of talking about Salt Lake City earlier there too. 6,000 over 6,000 season tickets deposits in the first 2 hours.
Damn.
There we go.
Yowzers.
That's a good place to go. Salt Lake City.
They're just desperate for sports teams out there right now. They've only got the Jazz.
Yeah. I mean,
and Utah football, for college, but
the Utes. Did you say Ute? Yeah, 2 Utes.
Perfect timing for this Salt Lake City. The city is get a new team in there. It's going to be so much fun.
Well, I'd rather go there. No offense, off for me and my family and stuff like that. I would probably much rather go to Salt Lake City than Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't like you know me. I like to party still and this, that, and everything else. I can party anywhere I go to and stuff like that. Colorado would seem to me a little bit more of the party area like Denver kind of thing than what Salt Lake City would be. Salt Lake City would be a little bit more campy. Go watch a hockey game, go watch a basketball game kind of thing. Go enjoy your RV out in the back there.
Oh, Utah's beautiful, dude. Anywhere in Utah is beautiful, dude. I'm just saying, like, you can do anything there. It's
like Alberta almost, except
Sure,
more.
you can marry
more
whoever you want. It's fine.
Whoa,
no, that's
However many you
Very-
want.
Right, however many you want.
Or five
However, however many, right, yeah, you know.
I mean,
Ben Cornett's dream. No, it's fine.
we just call them the Salt Lake City Pray for Us.
The Salt Lake City Sister Wives.
There you go, sister wives, yeah.
Stables.
The polygamists. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Utah polygamists.
The Utah preachers.
Oh wow. I like Utah flying Mormons. I like that one.
so
The Stormin' Mormons.
The Stormin' Mormons. There you go.
how is it that Mormons men with multiple wives? Why do they still call them Mormon? Wouldn't it be more women?
Wow.
With more men, call more women.
Well, that's like the old joke about Brigham Young. We don't care how you brig him, just Brigham Young.
Oh boy! Oh.
Just saying.
Well, careful.
No, nobody. Yeah, I don't care.
Might be another comment.
Oh.
With
I
compare Noah as the head coach.
I just got canceled. I could never go to Utah. Not get me.
What was that? Oh God, was that Dazed and Confused? Matthew McConaughey line.
All right.
It's about high school girls.
Yeah.
I get older.
Stay the same age.
Yeah. Right, exactly. They stay the same age. Oh man, sure. That's what it says.
Yeah.
This is why you guys invited me, isn't it? Didn't you guys want this show to get a little wild and shit?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, I always love the twists and turns that this show just randomly takes.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Trucker, rolling on ice, that's losing out of control. It's really weird,
I was like, listen, we're Canadian. You gotta be very careful about where you go next when you talk about truckers and accidents around here, okay?
True. Yeah.
But the ice truckers,
we got a little bit of snow and ice the other day, and people.
Oh, did you really?
All over again.
And everybody put on their summer tires already too. So that was. There's just me in the left lane going to work, and people in my fucking way again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, summertime's not till August anyway. Down in Canada.
It's April. We haven't hit fifth winter yet. Why are you putting your fucking summer tires?
Fifth winter. I like that.
I'm getting ahead of the climate change this year. Okay.
Okay. Do you, buddy? Do you? That's right. Do you
It's gonna get warm up here. I want more snow, and we need rain. Like I saw that picture of Dubai, and I'm like, can we have some of that, please? Like,
yeah, right.
Duba.
Yeah, we've been on for 2.5 hours.
Off topic of sports, but like kind of like near Dubai. There,
really, do you guys know? Now off topic of sports.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
you guys talking after 10 minutes.
That strip they wanted to put through the desert that was supposed to be like 105 miles long, and it was supposed to be like a big multi-city plex that they were starting to actually like build and stuff. Well, due to the national crisis that is currently happening around the world because of prices and stuff like that, it went from 105 miles long to 1.5 miles long, and it will be just this nice little destination on the water where people can come visit, and it has been downgraded immensely by the A-Roads.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have it.
Very interesting. Yeah.
It's kind of like when they tried to build the world islands like out there, and they realized that there's a tide. And if you try to build islands with a bunch of sand, eventually it's going to disappear into the ocean.
Yeah, that's kind of how that shit works.
Kind of like California in 20 years. No.
That's why when they built the Palm Jameer, where they have that, like the big palm tree looking thing in the water there, they had so much money in reinforcement. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I would never buy land on there. Never buy property. No, thank you. Your insurance would never cover that. Be like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
I see Ben's message there.
I was gonna say I think this is kind of where we start to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're wrapping now.
More than that's the only thing. I would love to stay on a little longer, but
It's all
Why,
right. Yeah,
Ben?
why?
Why? Do you have to work or something?
yeah, you make money, and then if you
Money?
have
What's that?
bills,
What is this money you speak of?
oh, you get tips at Wrigley. What are you talking? You know what money is?
I don't get tipped. I work in a warehouse now. I don't get tipped.
Buddy, if I like even was close near a baseball field that I cared about, I would just be like, can I just sleep up there? Like, I'll work for this thing for free. Just give me hot dogs and soda pop every day. I'll
There you
I'll
go.
make sure your stadium's clean for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go.
Autographs
All
and
right.
shit.
Yeah. All right. Before I fully wrap it up, give everyone a chance to promote what they got going on. Nick, we'll start with you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Well, as you know, Roundtable, during the season, we're on every Tuesday evening. After some consensus and talking with the team, we will not actually be doing a draft show, but we will be doing a post-draft show the week after to discuss what happened, what we think is going to happen with our teams, that sort of thing. So look for that about a week after the draft. We will do that. Every now and again, I can be seen with Mr. Ben Cornett on his wrestling podcast, Face the Heels, as it is called. And every now and again, I make an appearance here to chat with these fine folks. So, yeah, great to see Alex, Andrew, and Ben this evening. So thank you guys. Yeah, that's about where you can see me for right now. And everybody have a great evening.
All right. Thank you for hopping on, Nick. Definitely check out all the stuff he's got going on the roundtable. You guys are going on Tuesday next week.
Well, we'll probably
for the draft.
After the draft. Yeah, we're working on the date, but it should be right around there. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. We'll see what everybody is available and ready to go with that. But yeah, we'll do post draft this year.
Yeah, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. Next, we'll go to Mr. Andrew Faubert. What do you got coming down the pipe here, Andrew?
I got draft show next week. No show probably tomorrow. I might have a quick one on Saturday just to go over some dynasty stuff. Still working on the nostalgia show, which is a lot more work than I thought it was actually going to be. I knew it was
there you
a lot
go.
of work, and now it has become like a lot of work. Yeah. So I got a lot of movies I still need to watch, which is nice because I've made myself a little list of movies that I have never watched, and now I'm watching them. And
all right,
really, really good. So yeah, that'll be fun to come out. I don't know when it'll be, but I got a bunch of other stuff coming out, and yeah, I'm gonna be up all night gaming now because now I'm awake. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and much love to everybody.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. And yeah, definitely keep your eyes on North Sports Dynasty and what's going on over there. Next, Ben, what do you got going on?
Oh yeah, so been really busy lately. Nick brought up, Face the Heels wrestling. I do want to apologize. I haven't been able to do that show lately. Just again, busy schedule and everything, but we do need to get that one back and have
so
Nick
much to catch up on.
Yeah, so much to catch up on. And all you guys are welcome to come on there. I know Nick, you like to come on there whenever you're available.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then, there you go.
That is the best. Oh, man.
So anyway, yeah, have at it. We're probably going to take a break tomorrow night, but it's usually every Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Probably take a break tomorrow. If I do a show, I'll let you guys know. You'll find out on the Ben Zone. You can catch me on my YouTube channel. At Ben Cornett 9015, and on X at BennyBoy702. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Ben Zone on Facebook. You can catch the roundtable on that show. I put all the shows on the Ben Zone. We do that for a reason. We get exposure for everybody. You know, you can do their own stuff. You can watch the show on the Ben Zone as well. Just all shows. I'm going to put them on Ben Zone on Facebook. Check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And as of now, we're planning to do a draft show next Thursday. Got to figure out times, kind of when people can be on. All that. I'll probably be on almost the entire first round. And then just kind of as people want to or can come and go, we'll just kind of have it as an open door. Andrew, while I got you on here, when's the deadline for our mock draft for the competition?
Let's do 2 hours before first pick.
Okay, so we'll say about 4:30 our time, right around there.
Yeah.
All right. So, stay tuned for that. Me and Andrew are doing our yearly mock draft competition. This year we have the wager of a jersey. Winner gets a jersey. So that's why I was saying earlier I was so excited to see those come out tonight. Got my eye on a black jersey if I end up winning.
There you go.
But yeah, as always, this is an exciting time of year. I know for shows, for mock drafts, for any of that kind of stuff, this is an amazing time for all sorts of content.
The schedule release coming out like the week or couple weeks after.
Yeah, a couple weeks after, middle of May, typically when that happens. Another great time for content. Then we can kind of start doing predictions, how we think teams are going to place everything. So we're getting a good chunk of content here before another kind of dead period. So we should be back on pretty regularly. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.